This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome back as we get set up for another potential win in a row for the Edmonton Oilers. We've run it up to 8. I don't know if any of you back home caught the video last night, kind of the mail-it-in edition of Dolynny TV, I guess you could say. Pick the lowest hanging fruit and talk about that. But, 8 games ago, an 8-game win streak was more or less a joke in Edmonton Oilers country. Just saying, man, if this team wins 8 games in a row, yeah, we're right back in it. Well, let me tell you what happens if the Oilers win 9. That's the crazy part about it, friends. If the Oilers indeed find a way to win 9 games in a row, all they have to do is win tonight against Tampa Bay. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be crazy because we'll be right there in a playoff spot. So that's pretty dang special, I must say. The fact that what we were joking about 8 games ago is now come and gone, and now we're looking forward to the 9th and magical game that really, really, really could change everything from the start of this season. I mean, how many people would say, well, the Oilers aren't really back until they're in a playoff spot? Well, friends, a win tonight, right? The Arizona Coyotes, I believe, are playing this evening, if I'm not mistaken, but a win tonight and an Arizona Coyotes loss this evening. Guess what? You're right there. You've done it. You are back in a playoff spot. That's crazy to think about. Obviously, too, the St. Louis Blues haven't played 28 games than us, and I think even if the Coyotes win, which I don't think the Coyotes are playing, if I'm honest with you. Sorry, it was Ottawa that's playing Seattle. I thought it was Arizona, but yeah, as long as St. Louis wins even, guess what? Doesn't matter to us because we have the games in hand that will propel us into a playoff spot. So friends, welcome aboard. If you're just tuning in, I've seen the chat very lively to begin things off this evening. That's always a good sign. I don't mind that at all because that shows we might be on the right track to get somewhere tonight like we did the other night against, of course, the Chicago Blackhawks. That was insane. I don't think at any point this season I've watched about 100 of you tune in live during the start of the game. We were right hovering around 100 right off the hop, which is a pretty big number for a pregame show on Dolynny TV as compared to, right, you've got Oilers Nation's pregaming with Boardsy, you got EST's Oil Stream pregame. So there's a whole bunch that they're like, I'm like, oof, I don't know how those numbers came to be, but I appreciate every second you spending with me, and I look forward to running it back again tonight because what you might not know, friends, just to give you an idea of what that stream last time kind of achieved. And this is the fun part. This is why I do YouTube. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a huge math nerd. Well, let me tell you, I will look at the live stream numbers all time. I'll kind of give you an idea. All time, you scroll down into the best live streams. You got the Boston Bruins stream from last year. You've got the second Bruins stream from last year. You've got the Sharks stream from last year. I think that was the Dummian game where we just blew them apart. The Edmonton Oilers versus Anaheim Ducks 2 weeks ago was 6,100. And sitting firmly in 5th place all time is, yes, indeed, the Chicago Blackhawks stream from just a day and a half ago at this point. 2 days ago now, fully. So that's pretty exciting. All right. Friends, I'm excited to see what the Oilers have in store for us, right? It's the 9th game. All we have to do is go out there and win. That's as simple as it comes down for us. And if we can do it, it'll be very, very good for all of us involved. But as I take a look here, friends, just to say, yeah, Jeff's comment is the one I was trying to catch. We're here for the squirrel suit. Well, let me tell you, the squirrel suit could definitely bust out again sometime in the playoffs. We could have the old squirrel check-in every round if that is indeed going to be our fate. Like I said, I didn't know that we were going to be here at this point, but the Oilers turning an 8-game win streak, about to possibly turn in a 9-game win streak. Color me shocked, because I definitely didn't think it was possible. But hey, you know what? Anything is possible with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. We know that much for sure. Friends, as we get set up tonight, I am seeing a couple of chats saying it is Stuart Skinner in net today. I'll be honest with you, I had no time to check anything Oilers today because I didn't even get a lunch break at work today. Technically, I got a few moments to run to Tim's and grab some coffee and a few moments to chillax at points in the day, but no official lunch break today. Kind of just one of those days that got away from me, and all of a sudden it was 4:13, and I'm like, yeah, I need to eat. I'm out of here. So That was kind of the dealio today. So hopefully it works out this evening where the Oilers don't keep us much longer than they need to, I guess you could say, because, right, the Oilers just need to wrap this one up in regulation, win us a hockey game, and don't mind us. That'd be a decent thing for sure. So we'll see what happens here, but you got Roberto Luongo out there doing his Ring of Honor duties in Edmonton, or in Toronto, Vegas. No. Wow, no, fail. We've got Roberto Luongo doing his stuff in Vancouver tonight, so that's where you need to know. Roberto Luongo getting his Ring of Honor mention in Vancouver. Of course, he was the steady Eddie of Vancouver, the heartbeat of that city for a lot of years, and we'll see if he, we'll see what he has to say this evening for his Ring of Honor introduction. An exciting moment for Canucks fans, right? Like he was the definition of a franchise player for them, even when they had Henrik and Daniel Sedin, right? You had your franchise forwards and you had your franchise goaltender, and the Canucks enjoyed a lot of success over those years. A lot of heartbreak as well, but hey, that is what it is. Friends, welcome into the chat. If you're just tuning in, I do appreciate you being along for the ride. I got to say, it's going to be interesting to see here tonight if the Oilers can figure out a way to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. You got to remember, they were very close to beating the Lightning last time. Kind of self-inflicted wounds cost them the game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I believe that was the game that I was driving down South Calgary for. And yeah, 6-4 on November 18th. Let's do some math. Yeah, that seems to make sense. So, you know, the Oilers could definitely stand a better fate, or just re-deliver that fate to the, I guess you could say, to the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight. The Lightning kind of having a rough go of late. I think they've had some injuries, if I'm not mistaken. Hedman's banged up, Sherry's banged up, Brown's banged up, and of course Walker's banged up. I don't know if those are long-term reserve injuries or not, but you get where I'm going with that. And obviously look to the standings right now for both teams. Friends, favorable for the Oilers. The Tampa Bay Lightning, however, falling down the standings. They're at 31 points. Now in the West, that would get you a playoff spot. In the East, you are tied for 8th overall. So that's kind of the mess that the Lightning find themselves in, although they are 13, 12, and 5 on the year. So I think any Lightning player would tell you the fact that they have 17 losses and only 13 wins on the year ain't good enough, and they'd like to try and change that. Also, 96 goals for and 106 goals against. You definitely like to see that difference be made up. But you look at this here, 5-1 loss for the Nashville against the Nashville Predators in the 3 games ago, 4-3 against Seattle, and then 4-1 loss against Tampa Bay. So they haven't really scored a ton of goals, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here for the Edmonton Oilers when it comes down to it. But the Oilers have to make sure they get this job done tonight and win 9 in a row, and then we're going to get this turned around, that's for sure. So let's go here. Oh boy, okay, let's go. Holy. Okay, perfect, good to go. Friends, I guess dealer's choice on who we put up there for the video tonight. I think we'll go find Mr. Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic, throw his video up there. Wouldn't mind that at all. I don't think we could do that. So give me a sec here. And let's go here, share, copy link. Sorry, friends, just booting up. I thought I'd taken care of this earlier, and then I just noticed I don't have a, whatchamacallit, I guess it's a, whoa. Pinned video. Boom, 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 perfect. And pin message. There we go, perfect. There we go, friends, we are good to go. Sorry, my apologies, I am running all around. I kind of decided to go out for dinner prior to the game tonight, kind of treat myself for what has been a busy week. I've been doing some house repairs while also doing these 2 streams this week, so it's kind of been interesting on that front as well. But Kevin, Ace, E.T., Anna, Caleb, Dizzle, welcome into the live stream. Glad to have you along tonight. I know everybody else catching you earlier on there in the chat forum, but yeah, we're set up for what should be a good hockey game tonight. Hopefully the Oilers find, like I said, a way to find 9 wins in a row. That would be pretty fantastic if they could do that. But right now, as it currently stands for the Edmonton Oilers, you know what? You got Tampa Bay standing in the way of that 9 wins. And I think they are going to find a very easy way tonight if they put in a good performance to do a good job and win the hockey game. Obviously, whatever you want to say the key to the game is, I'm seeing some folks talk about the keys to the game tonight. I think the biggest key to the game is just win. Just win, baby. It's that simple as it comes down for the Oilers. If we hear La Bamba at the end of the night, we know the job's done. If we don't, then we know we failed somewhere along the way. So it'll be interesting to see what the Oilers have in store for us, but I'm hoping they got something good. Purple Soup, welcome in. Spencer as well. I'm thinking the biggest thing tonight for me personally is, I think, win the goaltending battle. I think it's Vasilevsky in net for the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight. So that's where it's a starter, so it's not the backup. We know how we do against starters compared to backups, so we'll take that. And obviously, too, Stuart Skinner, keep riding hot. He's been fantastic this year in this last 8-game stretch. And you know what? For most part of the year, outside of a couple of really bad games, he's been not necessarily the reason you lose. But you look at it here, 891 save percentage, 292 goals against average for Stuart Skinner. He lets in 2 or less. Now all of a sudden he's at that 290 or 289 mark, and it just looks that much better for the Edmonton Oilers. Although Stuart Skinner, I mean, give him another night of 1 goal against and things look all that much better. You think too, Vasilevsky here, 4-4 on the year, 1 shutout, 274 goals against average, and an 894 save percentage. So you imagine where those goals against would be if he didn't have the shutout. Now, obviously, it's Vasilevsky, and he earns those when he has them. But if he didn't have that, it could be very interesting to see that he would definitely be a little bit worse off in that goals against category than he currently has. So, friends, we're just cropping along here. We got about 7 minutes till the game flips over to the Oilers broadcast. Unavailable to Team Canada players eligible for World Juniors: Connor Bedard, Adam Fantilli, Shane Wright's still eligible, by the way, Zach Benson, Matthew Patras, and of course Kevin Korchinski as well. Although they're saying Zach Benson may very well be available to the Team Canada squad if the Buffalo Sabres decide to allow him to be kind of one of those guys that would go squirreling off by, about December 20th to go down and play in World Juniors. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. But yeah, you know what? Right now, friends, the Oilers just need to go out there, win tonight's hockey game, and we will be good to go. So yeah, I don't think there's really much else to add. That's the thing, there's not much to talk about when you're winning. That's kind of the difficult part of the whole winning game, is when everything's winning, nobody really wants to talk day to day. Everybody just wants to watch the games and wins pile up. Well, that could be the interesting part here. It would be cool to see the Oilers possibly go out there and line up another win, and so I think we'd all take that for sure. And you got to look too, shutting down Nikita Kucherov is going to be a key to this. But you look at this right now for the Tampa Bay Lightning, 3.2 goals for per game, as opposed to 3.5 goals against, or 3.53 goals against per game. That's pretty insane when you consider the Oilers, despite how they started, have 3.27 goals against per game. So it's pretty crazy to say. But you look at it too, the Oilers power play clipping along at 28.8 or 21.1, sorry. Tampa Bay slightly better at 29. Penalty kill is 80.9 for Tampa Bay. Edmonton's 80.04. So both these teams very evenly matched in the special teams category. Maybe whoever wins that wins the game. I don't know what the case might be here tonight, but be interesting to see. So, and of course, Patrick coming in with your super stat of the game here. Leon Draisaitl currently at 459 career assists, one away from tying Paul Coffey for 6th in Oilers history. So if you're watching for that, I assume we're watching him not only break it, tie it, but break it, as I would assume you're going to watch Mr. Leon Draisaitl have a pretty good game, knowing he's on just the cusp of doing something pretty crazy. So be awesome to see what he decides to do for us tonight. But yeah, we are just about ready for hockey, friends. We're 5 minutes away from this hockey game getting underway tonight. But yeah, right now we just need to see what this Oilers team has in store for us. I don't think there's anything else we're missing. I don't think there's any major changes to the lineup other than to tell you, you know how you watch the flip between, of course, Janmark and Foegele with Draisaitl, and then Kane and Brown with McLeod. That remains in action tonight. That will be the plan to start the hockey game. How long that sticks, not entirely sure, but under Chris Knobloch, I'm pretty sure as long as things are going well right for the Oilers, you very well could see that last a full game, if not a full 5-6 games. So I'm sure not a decision he took lightly. So we'll see what he has in plan for us tonight. But as we keep going here, friends, just quickly checking everything, all things considered. As we go along here, just taking a look at the watch time as we load up tonight's hockey game. We are just about to bust that 10-hour mark, so we will be ready to rock and roll this evening. And yeah, we should be set up for a good live stream tonight. So yeah, we'll see what the Oilers have in store for us. Obviously, the big thing this evening is seeing how much of a push the Tampa Bay Lightning put on the Oilers, because I think the big thing you'd see is if Tampa Bay puts up more of a fight than the Oilers have been used to over the past 8 games, that could be a problem as well. If you're watching all of a sudden the Oilers getting pushed in ways they haven't been over the past little bit, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it end up being a loss, because maybe the Oilers aren't necessarily prepared for something like that coming their way. I don't know. That's just, again, something to think about there as we continue to watch this Oilers team progress towards a playoff spot. A win tonight does it, but, right, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be cause for comfort for Oilers fans who know the St. Louis Blues by night's end very well could be tied with us in that playoff spot, technically speaking, via points. So we'll see what happens, but again, we'll just continue to monitor as we go along tonight, friends. As well, if you are new to the channel, just hearing me mutter away, this is not quite the shtick that goes on during the game, I promise you that. But if you are new at any point, please consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. That would be greatly appreciated. Closing in on less than 1,150 to go to 15,000, so that'll be pretty crazy if we can hit that by the end of the year. I have a strong feeling with the World Juniors live streams figured in there during Christmas, New Year's, we can probably make it happen. But again, I guess we'll see what happens, as you can never really plan out the future, especially 2 weeks ahead of time when you're trying to game plan how YouTube's going to look at that point. So we'll continue along, friends. Big thing as well tonight is I believe you're going to want to watch Connor McDavid against Nikita Kucherov, right? We made a whole lot of fuss about Connor versus Connor, but tonight you got Connor McDavid trying to catch Nikita Kucherov in the points standings, and we know Kucherov finished ahead of McDavid a few years back. Be interesting to see if Connor McDavid decides to go chase him down and see if he can't get ahead of him by year's end. So, good evening and welcome in, friends. As Dell's saying, got to turn off the TV play-by-play soon. Go Dolynny. Well, I appreciate that, friends. I know there's a bunch of you that have already said that you're tuning in for the play-by-play tonight. That makes a guy feel dang special, right? For I guess at one point a washed-up Junior B broadcaster to end up being able to call Oilers games on the internet. That's not too bad of a switch around, if I don't say so myself. Mark, good evening to you. Most of the teams on this streak have been good. Yeah, that's the argument, right? Is I don't think they're necessarily all terrible, and even if they're terrible in the standings, they've been riding rather hot over the past little bit, or we've caught them on the downfall and we've continued the downfall, which is another big thing for us being the Oilers, knowing that we struggle heavily against teams that seem to be trending down. Dale, welcome into you as well, as I'm just catching everybody coming in here. Kevin, I don't know if I caught you earlier either. But we should be just about set up for hockey here. It's 7 p.m. We get one last commercial break, and then we will flip over to the Edmonton Oilers broadcast here on Sportsnet. Stuart Skinner, Steven Stamkos. You know, I don't know if they've got Victor Hedman. Obviously, Kucherov's in the lineup tonight, but we'll see what this team has in store for us tonight. Darnell Nurse sporting the little still cut between the eyes there after taking that puck up high. And here we go. We're going to get set right into this situation as we're going to have highlights of the win streak right out of the gate, as we're going to count up 8 in a row. Carolina, then you've got New Jersey, then you've got Chicago. And here's Connor McDavid walking into Rogers Place today, hair in a tuft and away to go. So we are ready for Oilers hockey right like that. I thought we were getting a commercial break. No way, no how. We are going to get this one going right away for the Oilers. I like that. Don't mind me when we get right into the action. But yeah, the Oilers ready to set up and go tonight. I always forget that there is so much parking in behind Rogers Place, but not where I want to park. I want to park all the way over at Clairview or Belvedere, somewhere along there, ride the train down, and away we go. So, yeah. And now we got this. We got Gene Principe with the album Emotions, and we got the soundtrack to Rocky 3. We've got Shawn Mendes' album. He's got an Elvis album. Again, if I could listen to the audio without having copyright, that'd be fantastic. But tie a team record, 8 straight wins. Franchise record in one season is 9. 2001-2023. Kulak on our screen now as we get things going, and we'll see what ends up happening here tonight. Chris, welcome in. Nella, welcome in as well, as we are just about set for this one to get underway. Obviously, Gene Principe is going to be stepping aside rather quickly here, and we'll be getting a land acknowledgement, and then we'll be good to go. He's even got an ABBA album out. Oh my goodness, how much research did he do to get this one going? Harvest of Hits. What in the heck? Wow, crazy. Bonnie Tyler in there. Last 7 Art Ross Trophy winners are here in the building tonight. Wow, that's unreal to believe, because Leon Draisaitl did it in 1920. Connor McDavid did it 16 through 18 and 20 through 23. And then, of course, 19 would be your man, Nikita Kucherov. Good evening, Tim. Good evening, Tyler. And DJ, welcome in as well, tuning in from Nova Scotia. Friends, if we got a hopping crew in this chat tonight, we will go out there and play Where in the World Are You Tuning in from this evening if we get a chance. So here we go. Both teams at 13 wins. Well, the bigger story is both teams trying to move up in the standings tonight. Tampa trying to secure a playoff spot by night's end, and so are we. So that's kind of the nice part. Yeah, I guess correlation of that, Del, would be that both teams are at 13 wins trying to get in the conversation. And I think tonight you very well might see that happen for at least one of these teams. I mean, you will, hopefully. I mean, don't let me predict the future, but I think it's going to happen. And Mike, you're carrying the same tune as earlier that I was seeing from Kevin. Everybody's kind of looking at that line there, third line for the Oilers tonight of McLeod, Kane, and Brown as the line that's going to break out, similar to what the fourth line has done here over the past little bit. So another side too, as Justin mentions here, the Oilers needing another point this evening from Evan Bouchard, right? He's continued the scoring over the past 11, 12 games. I think it's 11 now is what Chicago reached. Well, if he hits, no, actually I think it would be 12. I think it hit 12 on, because 10 was the game against New Jersey or something. Was New Jersey? Yeah, New Jersey was 11. So yeah, no, I'd assume tonight we see Mr. Evan Bouchard continue scoring. Now it's just a wager of a guess right there. Not that I'll throw any money down or anything on it, but I'd assume the Oilers are going to find a way to score that goal or assist for Evan Bouchard. I'll say that much. And Patrick, 10 in a row for the Oilers. Well, like I said, 8 games ago it seemed like a joke the Oilers would ever be able to win 8. And now here all of a sudden we've won 8 in a row. We're going for a franchise record tying 9, and then a franchise record breaking 10 in 2 more redemption games against Tampa and Florida if all comes to fruition. All right, friends, Chief Willie Littlechild on our television sets right now doing tonight's land acknowledgement as per tradition at the Edmonton Oilers home games. They've got the Turtle Island logo down on center ice, and we are about ready for the anthems here this evening. And then we will be set to go for what should be a very good hockey game tonight. between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, I will make a note for those of you unable to watch on TV tonight, the Oilers are in their home third navies. Remember, this whole jersey exists? Well, for I think the only second or third time this year, the Oilers have brought it out of the closet to wear for a hockey game. As Patrick mentioned in his video last night, if you didn't get a chance to catch it, it's pinned at the top of the chat, by the way. Just keep in mind, the Oilers are getting rid of that jersey by year's end, so we'll see what happens here. If they kind of go back to something like this, or whether they go to an away alternate, they keep the Heritage Classic jersey look, change it up, who knows? Or if they go for something completely different, because guess what? Next year, Fanatics is making the jerseys. So, all right, here we go, friends. We are about ready for Edmonton Oilers hockey here in a little bit. Alan, to answer your question, I know 2023 had one, but I think it was 2003 or something like that. Had the other 9-gamer, if I'm not mistaken. So Trevor, welcome in. And we are getting set for what should be a good hockey game. Obviously, a very well-coached team by John Cooper and the Tampa Bay Lightning squad. I think the pregame show for the Oilers the afternoon they faced Tampa earlier this year said it best. If John Cooper was in a Canadian market, he would not still be the head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning. But they dealt with the playoff failure because fans just kind of went about their summers down in Florida. Didn't really care too much about what was going on with their head coach. And ended up allowing John Cooper, who's done a very good job, to keep his job and win some Stanley Cups. So you don't mind that at all. So here we go, friends. We've got ourselves a few moments before this game officially gets underway. It's O Canada down at Rogers Place right now in the Heart of Ice District in downtown Edmonton, as we are about to get things going for what should be a good hockey game tonight. Connor McDavid will start on the ice this evening, alongside Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Evan Bouchard and Matthias Ekholm. And just like that, we are about to get things going here. Ryan McLeod, James Hamlin on the bench, Darnell Nurse, Brett Kulak. Man, talk about lining up your Canadians on the bench, eh? Let's go. As we have the penalty box attendants getting a few seconds FaceTime on the camera, and we got a young fan belting out the anthem here, a couple of them. And a couple older fans now on the screens, one raising a beer as the national anthem comes to a slow end this evening. And friends, we are ready for Edmonton Oilers hockey in just a matter of moments. Robert Clark delivering the final line of the anthem. And there you go, let's go. The fans clapping. We are ready for some Edmonton Oilers hockey, friends. Dolynny TV presents another edition of Play by Play. Let's get at it. The Oilers face the Tampa Bay Lightning on the line. Both teams looking to make it back into the playoff picture. Tampa Bay has been there most of the year. The Oilers sniffing it for what seems to be the first time all year. Stuart Skinner in net for the Edmonton Oilers this evening. He will take over with a commanding 8-win streak, 11-7-1 on the year, 292 goals against average, 890 save percentage, and 1 shutout. We all remember how excellent that was. So here we go. In net for the Tampa Bay Lightning, you've got Andrei Vasilevsky as well, 4-4, 274 goals against average, 894 save percentage, and 1 shutout himself. So both goalies looking for a good performance. Both goalies capable of good performance and poor performance. And I guess maybe, like I said, that's where I'm really watching tonight's game. The face-off at center ice, Connor McDavid down with Zach Hyman on his wing. And the face-off pushed to the boards off the draw. Fired in by the Edmonton Oilers. Near side corner now in the Tampa Bay Lightning zone. Lightning chip up off the glass and Bouchard beat on that puck. Lightning, though, unfortunately able to just tuck that one in down to Stuart Skinner, who chips it along the boards. A near miss by both the Oilers and Lightning at the blue line. Sees it go all the way length of the ice on the Stuart Skinner clear into the Tampa Bay zone. Zach Hyman, of course, first one to it as per usual in the corners. He takes a hard hit there in behind the net from, I believe, Chernak. And that allows the Lightning to clear the zone, firing it back up off the bench boards and back into neutral territory. Evan Bouchard fires it back into the Lightning zone. It'll be Sergachev going D to D, looking for the breakout up the right wing wall in front of the benches. That one again hops just down to Stuart Skinner, and the Oilers are going to see themselves chase it around in the defensive zone. I believe Leon Draisaitl just took a trip. That he did, taking down Nikita Kucherov, who turned in quick right in that far side corner. And Leon Draisaitl will be off guilty of tripping for 2 minutes here to begin this hockey game. That's a tough start But yeah, Kucherov just makes a quick move, and you kind of see that. He goes to pivot the other way, Draisaitl's stick tied up in the middle, and that just, that quick stop and turn back up ice just fooled Draisaitl. He stopped skating and put his stick in his legs, and yeah, that one's right there. So here we go, face off in the Oilers zone, one back by the Tampa Bay Lightning, the shot in front. And you got to remember, this was the key to beating the Oilers last time, is the Oilers took a lot of penalties. The Oilers ended up also seeing the puck moved around a lot by the Lightning. They're doing it here, and they end up scoring just like that. Steven Stamkos, the one-timer, and the Oilers clinically give up a 1-0 lead to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay, unreal puck movement on that power play right out of the gate. They were whipping it around, nice diagonal passes and good straight ahead quick puck movement, and they just really made no fuss of it. They just moved that puck until they got a shooting lane and fired it home. Stuart Skinner scrambling all around. He's beat late to the right side, and that's really the only thing you complain about on that one, is I think Darnell Nurse gets his stick lifted, but Steven Stamkos finds the short side on Stuart Skinner, because Skinner's just late getting there. 18:45 to go in this first period. Tampa Bay with 2 shots already. The Oilers, though, quickly back into the offensive zone, keeping this puck alive. Here's Evander Kane drifting it down towards Vasilevsky. McLeod cuts it off, takes over in the corner. High point, Desharnais back to the middle. Kulak, the shot deflects in front. And the Oilers coming right back, responding. You like to see this. This is going to come off the boards now to Kane, near side point. Here's Desharnais, fires the shot in. Deflected again. Ryan McLeod, 2 dangerous little tips in front. Oilers keep it alive once more. Connor Brown reaching for it. He's beat to the puck, couldn't quite pivot on time. And the Lightning will transition up the ice, 3-on-2 back the other way. They are cut off rather quickly by Vinny Desharnais and his big frame. Connor Brown will fish it out ahead and allow Matthias Janmark and Leon Draisaitl to get this puck. I'm confused that I saw McDavid's number on a Janmark jersey. Maybe it was Warren Foegele, not 100% sure. Foegele, as mentioned, he comes up with that puck. Cody Ceci fires it into the Lightning zone. It'll rim around the boards, and the Lightning will see it behind Vasilevsky before it's won forward by Warren Foegele, who just sees it hop over top of the stick of Matthias Janmark. Lightning break back the other way, and they're going to get down into the Oilers zone. I don't know who that is, Connor Shearing maybe, as this will be fired in from the point. Save made by Skinner, scramble off the skates of Darnell Nurse, covered up by Stuart Skinner, and that ended up being a stop right there. So most power play goals among active players. Of course, Ovechkin leads with 300. Stamkos is in there at 200 as well. He's coming up on 400 career points. And actually, hold on, to make bones of what happened on this play, Derek Ryan had no stick. His stick had shattered, and he ended up going to the bench for an extra stick. So I think Derek Ryan a little guilty there of trying to force a play that didn't need to happen in terms of getting the stick back as quickly as possible. So Derek Ryan kind of lost his stick. That might explain something that I didn't see on that power play there. But how about that? Evan Bouchard off the ensuing face-off, taking Steven Stamkos with the shoulder check into the boards. That's something we noticed last game. Evan Bouchard sealing off Connor Bedard on a good little rush, and he took the body on that one. So keep that in mind here. Here comes Connor McDavid, though, up the middle through a man, and he's sealed off from the net there by Chernak, who's a pretty big boy. And that ended up being a stoppage there for the Tampa Bay Lightning, as this one near side boards in the Lightning zone, D to D, and they are out of the zone as they'll fire up the right wing. That one's not going to work. The Oilers cut it back the other way. Here's Hyman. He's got nowhere to pass this puck. Instead, he's going to body it into the boards. Tampa Bay seals him off, and Sergachev's going to get going here. As they get going north up the ice to the Lightning, they'll fire into the Oilers zone. Just a soft chip for a line change. Skinner out to disrupt. Nice 1-2 pass, and the Oilers with the third one are out of the zone as Desharnais bounces off the boards, cut off there, and fired back into the Oilers end. So this is the thing, right? We all know that the Tampa Bay Lightning, by virtue, are probably the best team the Oilers have faced on this 8-game win streak, and so far they have lived up to that billing, as the Oilers will turn this one back around. Derek Ryan to the far side. Here's Gagner slapping it on net. Hits the poster. Hit Vasilevsky in a really weird spot. Squirted out on the far side. The Oilers still battling for possession. Derek Ryan's in there against the Lightning defense, and they are against the end wall, as this one's going to be a pinch now for Desharnais. He'll spin it back around low to Gagne. Play in front to Derek Ryan. Hops up off a body, and the Oilers still trying to keep this one alive. Kulak wins the battle, but the Lightning able to clear out of the zone as Derek Ryan will force it back in for a brief moment. The Lightning check him off the puck. They're now back in their own zone. They'll go D to D and get out this time. And again, another quick little flip in behind Stuart Skinner. Nifty play there by Darnell Nurse to backhand it over to Ceci. That'll cause a turnover. However, Lightning backhand blocked in front by Ryan McLeod. Right place, right time. And here comes Evander Kane over to Cody Ceci. Ceci shoots the puck. Good save by Vasilevsky, who had ate him up. And that allows the Oilers a second chance to get this puck going. But it'll instead be the Lightning playing it up off the boards and out of play in the Lightning bench. So we will have a stoppage in play. This one's been a hot start. I think the Oilers, despite giving up the first goal, necessarily haven't been terrible. They've had a couple good looks and obviously a couple good shots. So we'll see if that is the case the rest of the way home, right? We ended up losing the first goal battle against the Blackhawks as well and went on to win 4-1. So it'll be interesting to see. With Skinner, no pressure to get the shutout. If he just clamps it down from here, he's still only faced the first 2 shots of the game, and the last shot he faced, he gave up a goal on. This one won back by the Oilers outside of the Lightning zone. Cody Ceci will fire it in on the right. It comes around to the left. Lightning again bat it back left to right, and they'll go in behind their own net. Now quick play to the near side, and they will look to transition this one up the middle of the ice. This one goes all the way down, and that one just narrowly misses the pad of Skinner on the side of the net. It is nice and cold with 14:42 to go. Victor Hedman, though, seems to have been skating over there with the Tampa Bay Lightning today. Good signs for them, but I don't think he's in the lineup tonight from everything I've seen. So we'll see what ends up being the case this evening. And they had those weird old Lightning pads going too. So that will be a drawn-up face-off there. 1,000th career game for Hedman against the Dallas Stars. And this one's going to be won back by the Oilers. Nice play by Draisaitl supporting Janmark off the face-off. Draisaitl's taken down with a stick in his feet. Not calling for a tripping penalty, but interested they didn't call one there, as this one will come back the other way as Cody Ceci will play it ahead over to Draisaitl, who busts down the right wing. He's lumbering. Shot on net. Stoned there by Vasilevsky. And now Draisaitl's going to get it over to Foegele. Directed in front. Bounces again. And the Oilers stonewalled on another attempt. Right in front. Good goaltending there from Vasilevsky. Good work supporting down low by the old Tampa Bay Lightning defenses. Here's Cody Ceci, far side pass over, and the Oilers will come up the other way as they will get to center, fire in. That's really the first time we've seen that from the Oilers tonight, as this one will be bounced off the boards. And this one comes just down low as Zach Hyman's got a puck to win, and it's going to hop right in front onto the tape of Kucherov. He's not going to win that puck cleanly. That allows Hyman a moment to breathe as he'll come back to Kucherov, and the Oilers will indeed keep this puck in. Comes all the way down low again to Hyman, who's working in behind. He's taken down on a soft edge behind the net, and this one comes back up high in the Lightning zone, and they'll be able to work it out and fire it in, just as the Oilers had a moment ago to create that chaos. Here's Bouchard, a nice confident play right up onto the tape of McDavid. He's had that going all season. Here's McDavid trying to work through traffic. Pockets picked, and the Lightning bounce it back the other way. Bouchard had a man standing in his own blue line behind him, easily recovered with the man trying to throw himself offside accidentally. And the Oilers will get to center on a nice rocket pass by Bouchard to tip in at center, and the Lightning see the Oilers complete a change. Yzerman up the other way. He'll try to go to the far side wing. That one doesn't work out, and the Oilers will see the Lightning continue the attack. Keeping it in barely at the blue line was Yzerman. The far side shot comes in, scramble in front, rebound, scores. The Tampa Bay Lightning put it home, and that one's just a tough goal there for Stuart Skinner. He makes the save. It pops up in the air, and you see that one. It's kind of situationally for the Oilers. They've had a couple of those bounces in the offensive zone, and it doesn't go. We do have a review of this goal right here, right now. The referees at the timekeeper's box reviewing this one. They're pointing that it is a good goal indeed. Tyler Mott, he's going to celebrate the goal, and we're just going to see what's happening here as Glendening gets in the blue paint, battling with Kulak. Now, you could argue that Kulak was battling in front with him, and it was very well a goal, but I'm not too sure here. Is that one? Yeah, that one goes back bar. That's where that one hit. As Mott fired it back bar and out of the net. I think that was the concern. It's 2-0 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Oilers, of course, penalty kill broken on this one. They'd been streaking very, very well, but that one ends up going in the back of the net, and that's a tough go for the Oilers as they give up yet another goal, and now all of a sudden, right, things are piling up on you right out of the gate just 8 minutes in. This one, far side bench is in front of the Oilers bench this time, and the Oilers, there we go, jamming up the boards and winning the battle, and that's a nice win there for Brett Kulak, who got it down low to Vinny Desharnais. Although they lose the battle again, this one bounced back to the point, shot blocked in front by Desharnais. That one stung him. This one's going to be bounced out to center ice. The Tampa Bay Lightning, though, quickly reel it back in. The Bolts able to do their thing and get it back into possession another time. This is going to be a continued attack for Tampa as they'll rim this one around the near side boards. That's going to be fought off there by Desharnais, who's got the support of Ryan McLeod. McLeod doing his best against his number 71 in the lineup there, and that one there goes for DeHaan down low back again, and the Bolts are all over the Oilers here, and this is going to be oh, there was a man back for the Lightning. Connor Brown carrying ahead for the Oilers. He's going to get to the attack. He'll dipsy doodle around Vasilevsky, who makes the save just barely as Brown was trying to tuck that far post coming from the left to the right, but it is a tough go to start this hockey game. So we go to commercial break. Steven Stamkos scores the 1-0 goal, and then Tyler Mott scores the 2-0 goal. So, all right, that's a tough start for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, friends, but it is where we find ourselves. Obviously, you look at the shots department, 6-5 so far, so thankfully the Oilers have shown up. It's not like they're getting outclassed by Tampa Bay. A couple of things to clean up. Obviously, you never want to take a penalty first 2.5 minutes of the game. They do that. Of course, you never want to give up a penalty kill goal 2.5 minutes into the game. They do. And then as well, you want to make sure you're protecting the blue paint a little bit better than that. And unfortunately, Glendening gets in there and interferes a little bit with Stuart Skinner, but he was engaged in battle with Brett Kulak, who's pushed him back into Skinner. Tyler Mott gets an easy tap in. Tough go. Now you got to remember, Skinner's been beat twice to the glove or blocker side, so keep that in mind as well to watch for that the rest of this hockey game if Tampa Bay continues to target that. Friends, as we go along though, if you are new to the stream, sorry the Oilers aren't winning, I guess I could say, but if you are new from the Tampa Bay Lightning perspective, hey, good on you, the Lightning are winning. If you are new though, I consider hitting that subscribe button if I were you. I'd be greatly appreciative of it, of course, and of course trying to hit 15,000 prior to the end of this year. To hit 10,000 and to hit 15,000 in 1 year would be pretty dang special. So there we have it, friends. That's my little spiel to you, my little ad for myself. So without further ado, let's keep going. Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid getting things going here in this hockey game. Hopefully in the next 5-10 minutes, there'll be Draisaitl hopping the bench to get on the ice as Nikita Kucherov, the old number 86, what Leon likes about Kucherov, hockey sense apparently. And then as well reads the game. And he's a pretty skilled passer if we don't add that up. And playmaking passing ability would be number 3. We should, yeah, that's where we're at. All right, here we go. Matthias Janmark wheeling around the zone. Here's the shot. Tipped down! Oh, off the far pad of Vasilevsky. Goes just wide of the net. The Oilers right off the face-off get it going again in the offensive zone. Thought they had something cooking, but couldn't quite do it. And this one's going to be lifted by the Lightning to center ice. This one's going to be shot back by Stamkos down into the far side corner in the Oilers zone. Nick Paul battling there with it. He's going to see it come turning back the other way for the Oilers attack. Fogle kicks at it. Can't win that battle. Backhand there on net goes wide. And now the Lightning will roll around on the far side again. Cut off by Ceci. Ceci's going to try and win this one out of the zone. He can't do it. And Darnell Nurse will take a little bit of a light tap on the hands, 3 times over. And he will pivot over to Ceci at the near side boards, who lifts out to center. The Oilers completing the line change get bottled up in the neutral zone. This one bounces high off of Skinner, lands right on his tape. The Oilers almost turn it over in front of the net, and it'll be bounced all the way to the Lightning blue line, where that'll be Sergachev battling that one off. The Oilers, though, get the turnover as McDavid comes flying in. Here's Nugent Hopkins, far side boards in the Lightning zone, working it down low to McDavid. He's looking for Hyman, can't find him. Here's Nuge in the middle of the ice. The shot wired on net, hits something in front, goes wide. And now McDavid recovers over to Hyman. Hyman will come back up high. Bouchard, the shot! The glove save for Andrei Vasilevskiy, who makes his 7th or 8th save of the game. And you got to give credit here. The Oilers definitely pressuring, and that's a great tip in front a moment ago there from Warren Foegele, who thought he had Vasilevskiy beat, but kicked out that pad just on the right-hand side. 35 shots over 90 miles an hour this season for Bouchard. He can shoot the pill, as Bob Stauffer would say. 90 mile an hour, 35 shots. That is crazy. We've watched a lot of them. That's a face-off redone there for James Hamlin. Thankfully, he doesn't lose that one. And we'll see it redone here. 10:03 to go in this first period of play, friends. We're coming up on 45 minutes already streamed. As Gagne off the face-off win, goes far side D. Matthias Ekholm fires it on net, but it goes again, tipped up over top. And then Bouchard has it batted past him down the length of the ice. And it will be an icing call against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So since that 2-0 goal, the Oilers have had the better of the chances. And Andrei Vasilevskiy earning his, $11 million, $10 million paycheck in net for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So we'll see what happens here on this face-off. The Oilers will elect to get James Hamlin back in the draw. Nick Paul will take the face-off. Not a bad time if Nick Paul wins the face-off. I could use those fantasy points, I'll tell you that much. But he will indeed not take the draw. It'll be Jeannot taking the draw instead. And we'll have Hamlin versus Jeannot in the draw, and it's Hamlin winning it. Matthias Ekholm on the one-timer on the draw, fires it on net. Little old NHL action there. And this one comes back, far side point, Matthias Ekholm over to Bouchard. Bouchard near side, top of the zone. Here's, what a shot from Hamlin. Teed up the one-timer just like Bouchard does. Kick saved by Vasilevskiy. And sorry, it took me a moment to react to that. You don't see that from a forward on the Edmonton Oilers all too often. We're back in the Oilers' end, though. However, 9:22 to go. Oilers fire the body check in there, and this one's going to be fired on net. Nothing happening there for the Lightning as they continue to the attack. Fleury in behind his own net tries to, or in front and behind the Oilers' net, tries to play that one on, and the Oilers instead are going to jam it off the boards back into the Lightning zone. You got to remember, first goal of James Hamlin's career was indeed against the Tampa Bay Lightning, as the graphic just reminded us, I guess you could say, as this one's going to be fired back into the Oilers zone by the Lightning. Cody Ceci in behind Stuart Skinner. He'll go far side corner. This one's going to be chipped to center. Battle in front of the logo. Ends up being a win for Zach Hyman as he'll see it shot in by Cody Ceci. McDavid now throwing pressure as this will be Ceci stepping up into the zone. Leaves off for McDavid. McDavid drags back to Nugent Hopkins. The shot dribbles down low, far side. Shot in front. Blocked by Chernak. What a key dive right there. Just sat down on his butt and was able to block that puck. As McDavid's still rimming around the zone. He's going board and around and back to the point. And here's Ceci again. Ceci's going to get this one back at the point as he will look to load this one up. The puck will be fought back. And here's now Nugent Hopkins on the loss by the Lightning. And another kick save for Vasilevskiy. The Oilers all over the Lightning in the last 5-ish minutes. As McDavid goes far side over to Nurse. The Oilers continue the attack here, back to the point for McDavid. McDavid running show like it's a power play out there as the Oilers have a very tired Lightning squad on the ice. Here's Ceci, the shot fired towards the net, blocked in front. He'll keep possession. The Lightning have been on the ice in the zone for the past minute and a half. Here's McDavid now getting in on net. The shot fired. Vasilevskiy, the save again. The Oilers keep it in still. We're going a minute and a half strong in the Lightning zone. Here's Nugent Hopkins' shot, and it goes up and out of play. And we will have a stoppage right there. But what a sequence for the Oilers. As that one hits Zach Hyman at the side of the net. That one from, I think, Ceci or whatever it was. But that was a sequence and a half for the Edmonton Oilers on that puck possession. that ought to help out the Corsi and Ozone numbers. My goodness, that was a good little sequence. And Ace, I think we might know a little something about that from that Minnesota game. Now, the Oilers were tested against Minnesota because of Marc-Andre Fleury. If Vasilevsky wants to try and steal a game, it then comes down to the Oilers to try and win a game. And I think they're out there doing that here in this period. So, no, it's been a pretty good start for the Oilers here since that 2-0 goal. I guess response would be a better word. We'll see what they have for us the rest of the way home in this one, but definitely like to see the Oilers fighting through here and doing their thing, that's for sure. It's been pretty solid, a little bit of hockey since giving up the 2-0 goal. And I think the biggest difference in attitude, if the Oilers went down 2 against Tampa when they did the last time, everybody wrote the game off. You go down 2 now against Tampa and everyone's, it's just 2 goals. We got this. We'll be fine. And obviously, too, like I said, I thought Stuart Skinner would likely give up 2 goals tonight. The Oilers go out there and just keep what they're doing. I mean, Vasilevsky can make 40 saves, but the quality of chances, the tips in front, the deflections, the bounces, eventually something's going to bite the Oilers' way. Just the way that puck is hopping on Vasilevsky tonight, right? You look, he's not making clean saves where he's covering up every time. They're not in the chest. They're just kind of weird stops. So at some point, those are going to start going in the back of the net. And I mean, if Vasilevsky wins by a shutout because of it, you know what? That's well earned at that point. You tip your hat and you say, hey, that's the definition of getting goalied. Right now, the most goals in the first period, the Oilers belong at 40. The Lightning belong at 38, first and second most. So here we go, friends. We are about set for the face-off in the Lightning zone. We'll see what they end up doing for us here in a matter of moments. Ryan McLeod's line will take the shift now. They lose the draw. The Lightning are able to escape the zone for the first time in the past 2-ish minutes, it seems like. And here's Vinny Desharnais rimming around the boards. He'll see it go past Calvin DeHaan, and that allows the Oilers to exit to center ice, though Evander Kane was skating on his backhand side, unable to pick it up. The shot fired towards the middle of the net. Stuart Skinner lost an edge. Kane will lumber up the ice. He'll look to Connor Brown. Brown goes far side pass for Kulak. It's cut off by the Lightning. Bounce down the boards, and now a foot race for Desharnais. One big stride, and Desharnais is able to get the icing call, and we'll do the face-off in the Lightning zone yet again. So what do you say? The Oilers doing enough to keep the attack up right here, right now. So, see what happens. Chris Knobloch on the bench, obviously, for the Oilers, looking on right now as his new lines take a stride out there. CC keeps it on side after the face-off win by Draisaitl. Fogle short side, kicked it in front, tried to kick to do his own stick, lost the handle, and the Oilers will check the man from the Lightning into throwing that puck up and over top of the glass. So, yeah, that's all right. We'll take the face-off in the neutral zone and see what the Oilers can do with it. Friends, if you haven't already left a like on the stream yet, please do. I assume the most of you that come into the stream regularly have done that, but again, I know for some of you I got to make sure I ask that question. So if you haven't left a like on the like button yet, make sure to do that. Let's keep this going, friends. 2-0 for the Oilers, or Lightning, sorry, over the Oilers. 9-4 the shots for the Oilers. That's where I was going. 6:26 to go. Lightning have it in their own near side corner. They're going to fire all the way in front of their bench on the far side. Here's Nick Paul up the ice. He'll backhand. That one's going to be cut off there. And now Warren Fogel's going to turn it over as this is going to be a dangerous chance in front. The shot that came in blocked in front by the Lightning player. We get bailed out there, and this will be Darnell Nurse bouncing it off the boards, looking for Matthias Janmark. He's trying to swim around. And I would be interested as well to see when the Oilers get a chance. Here's Draisaitl, shot denied in front. He just did not have enough space to handle that puck, but it was a really good looking chance nonetheless. Here's Bouchard loading up the shot. Now it comes, and Vasilevsky will steer it up, and Ekholm drives the net, drives a Lightning player into the net, and now we got some rough stuff behind. 2 Oilers players against 4 Lightning players, which is no tangled up there in as well. So Draisaitl in front, Fleury closed in, and the Oilers had to be careful as you didn't want to see anything too much happening behind the net as well on that last chance, because obviously things are going well. Don't take an ill-advised penalty for roughing or something silly like that. Friends, as well to say, we're up over 63 hours on the stream so far, so we're closing in on some pretty big numbers here by the end of this first period, so we'll stay tuned for that as well. Good evening, everybody just tuning in. I'm seeing Banana Christine, Stony, I don't think I caught you earlier. Jack missed you. Gelato Cyber, I think I've got everybody else now. Banana's in there. Daniel, I missed you earlier. You're cheering for the Lightning tonight, but yeah, no, so far so good for Vasilevskiy. And again, I don't mind watching another team's goaltender play good, because if another team's goaltender's playing good, not looking good, that's a different story, right? If he's playing good and stopping us, that's fair game. If he's just looking good because the Oilers are making him look good, that's a problem. But no, tonight Vasilevskiy's hanging in there tough, and I mean the Oilers have not given him an easy assignment. So hats off so far to Vasilevskiy. I'm hoping I don't have to bring one of those hats down to tip my cap to him tonight, but we'll see what ends up happening. New welcome in as well. But we should be good to go here in a matter of moments. And Jack, if we're taking ill-advised roughing penalties, I'm hoping we're punching somebody with no gloves on, right? I'm hoping we're taking the gloves off and punching them and getting the fighting major. Much prefer that. K-Ham, welcome in as well. And Kurt, you're cheering for the Lightning tonight. That is fine and dandy. They got a 2-0 lead so far as of November 23rd. So right about 3 weeks ago, pretty much. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, the Oilers were 10 points out of the second wildcard spot. 5-12-1, 11 points, and 8-0 in the last 3 weeks. 1 point out of the second wild card. The Oilers have made up a lot of ground in a span of a very short few weeks. You like to see it. Dakota, welcome in, and Coyote Steve, welcome in as well. So we're going to get this one for the Tampa Bay Lightning off the draw. It's going to go up and out a play into the netting. Took a weird bounce off of Nugent Hopkins and Chernak, and we have a stoppage in play here with 5:42 to go in this first period. We'll be seeing if the Oilers can find a way to get this going. But we're going to have a face-off here in the Lightning zone. And this one's going to be one back. Here's Nugent Hopkins. The shot save made by Vasilevskiy. Whew. That was a quick save for Vasilevskiy. Quick load for Nuge. I think he just realized how much time he had and skated right into that puck. See him load up that wrist shot and just try to fool Vasilevskiy last second with it. And you see he loads up and then absolutely wires it on net. This one's going to come back the other way now. Nuge has 14 points in 16 games against the Lightning. We're back in the Lightning zone. Backhand towards the net, deflected wide by the Oilers from the Lightning stick. As this one 5:23 to go in the first. The Oilers and Lightning in the Oilers zone, battling there, trying to keep this puck alive are the Lightning. McDavid leaning on his man. Ekholm's now got his man pinned against the boards. We're just about inside the last 5 minutes of this game. And now here's McDavid winning it back up along the boards. The Lightning get the turnover. Not going to happen much for Cirelli as he goes far side point. Back down low behind the Oilers net. Ekholm picks it up. Bouncing off the boards there. Nugent Hopkins wins the battle. McDavid spin move at center ice. Here's Hyman down the wing. The shot bounces wide off a Lightning player. Deflected back in front. Cut down by Bouchard on the clearing attempt. He's going to wire it on net. Vasilevskiy makes the save. And I mean, that's a tough save. Another 90+ mile an hour shot for Bouchard. That ate up Vasilevskiy. Somehow, though, it just landed in the middle underneath him. And he's able to make the save. As we cross 100 of you tuning in back home right now, not a bad little highlight reel call to come in too, that's for sure. McDavid spinorama at center ice to get off Chernak, free up a odd man rush of some sorts, and then actually McDavid fired it off the blocker of Vasilevskiy, and then before Bouchard teed it up. Now here over the past 3 draws in the Lightning zone, you would have loved to see the Oilers win a draw, because they've had some good opportunities, and following that up by winning a draw wouldn't be bad. But how about this? How about Hamblin throwing a big hit, trying to free the puck up? Almost did it. Clear up the middle from the Lightning will be an icing call. And that's Vinny Desharnais yet again getting back on another icing call that the Lightning have thrown down the Oilers' way. Probably 4 or 5 this period so far. So, no, the Oilers will continue to shoot the puck here. Vasilevskiy's been solid so far. 14 saves through just under 16 minutes of hockey. 4 shots total for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Does that seem crazy or what? Near side pass to Ceci off the face-off win. Good things happen when you win a face-off shot. Fired down into the corner off a block, and here come back the Tampa Bay Lightning the other way. And this one comes back over the line here, picked up. Kucherov fires the shot. That's a big-time collarbone save for Mr. Stuart Skinner, who will swallow up his 5th shot against the game. And how about that? He's now got 3 saves. He's above that 500 mark for the first time all game. Kucherov, big shot, goes right into the glove. He kind of gloved it almost backhand, but no, big-time save right there. So here we go. This one will be a chance now for the Oilers on the face-off to the right of Stuart Skinner to clear the zone and get back up the ice. We've got Hunter on our screens right now. He's causing chaos in the stands, getting the fans riled up for what should be a very key face-off here for the Oilers, trying to win this one ahead. They do. Fogle will bust down the ice and try to bust around Cale Fleury. He's done it in behind the Lightning net. Fogle back to the blue line. Nurse the shot. And that's the big part. The Oilers got to start hitting the net here a little bit more as the game goes on, and they'll have no problem if they do that. That one's cleared out to center ice, and it's going to roll all the way down into the Oilers' end. Darnell Nurse over to Fogle. Fogle's under duress rather quick. Nurse in there to aid, and now there's Draisaitl helping out, and here's Fogle pushing forward. Fogle will try and clear over to the near side wing, picked up by Draisaitl. Draisaitl will lose that puck, but it's won back there by Janmark. A little workmanlike effort to get that puck turned over. Here's over far side. It's Ekholm. Ekholm's going to direct this one down low, and now the Lightning are going to be able to come up with it and clear the zone. Paul's pushing past Bouchard. Bouchard's going to seal him off, and Paul takes a tumble. No call against Bouchard, whose stick was in the area, you could say. And it looks like Draisaitl just fell down in front of Stuart Skinner. The shot on, save made by Skinner. Lightning regained the rebound. They're going to roll around the Oilers zone. Pass cut off by Connor Brown. This one's looking for Evander Kane. He's going to area pass it. Deflects off one of the Lightning defenders, and Connor Brown will be able to win that one back over to Kane, who just couldn't free up McLeod in front on the pass. Now near side over to Kane, back to the blue line. Here's Bouchard. Down low, comes to Kane again. Far side point, Ekholm. Near side point, Bouchard. Kane down low by the circle. Passes it 1-2 hard. Notches on the old stick. And that one will clear the zone back at the Oilers blue line. Bouchard's got it back over to Ekholm. They're sinking deeper into the zone here. And that's going to bounce off the end boards and allow the Lightning to fire a shot towards the net. That goes nowhere. The Oilers will giddy up back the other way, and here comes Connor Brown again, firing it in from the right, bouncing around to the left, cut off by Vasilevsky in behind, and the Oilers don't see the Lightning clear the zone quite yet until Mott backhand chops it out of the zone. Nice pass by Darnell Nurse as the Oilers complete a line change, and it's fired back into the Lightning zone. $1:53 to go here. The Oilers scrambling around the Lightning zone trying to keep this puck alive. The fourth line doing it as Derek Ryan's taken down. And there you go, just like that. I warned you. I couldn't wait to see the Oilers get a power play. Derek Ryan gets erased into the boards from behind, and we will have a power play coming up in this one. $1:45 to go in the first period. So Derek Ryan, I guess he didn't get eaten up from behind. He actually got tripped up and then taken in via his back. So he was just more worried about Glendening, who's been all about this game so far, by the way. He was a cause for the second goal. He was now the guilty party on the penalty for Tampa Bay. The Oilers, right, gave up a penalty or a power play goal to start this game. So it'll be interesting to see if they start their scoring the same way, as we'll have the face-off here in the Tampa Bay Lightning zone. All right, this one's going to get going. Hyman's got 5 goals on the power play this season, by the way, including some absolute Hyman classics, if I might say. And now McDavid's going to draw in the trigger position on this power play face-off. Draisaitl in there to take it against Nick Paul. Lightning win it back. They will rule it no good face-off. So we will redo this right now. 1:45 to go in this first period, as it just seems to be dragging on tonight. You know, that first period last game kind of flew by, but this one's dragging on. Power play is 12 for 29 over the last 9 games, so that's a pretty good little percentage. What about, I don't know, do the math there, Tice. 40% over the past few. As this will be Evan Bouchard picking up. He'll get back to the blue line for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who's going to load up Connor McDavid, circling and getting going. Well, the Bolts are terrible on the penalty kill on the road. Only 79 or 78% so far this year. $1:20 to go in this first period. The Lightning, though, able to clear that puck all the way down to Stuart Skinner. And this one will come back the other way. Bouchard will play it back down low to Draisaitl. Draisaitl over to McDavid, chipped on in. The Oilers don't get a clean entry. McDavid and Nugent-Hopkins and Hyman trying to fight for puck possession. It comes to Draisaitl. Back to Bouchard at the blue line. We are in business. Here's Draisaitl near side corner. He will drift down to McDavid. McDavid looks to load up back to Bouchard. Bouchard looking to play this puck. He's got Nuge and McDavid as passing options. Here's Bouchard wiring it down to Nugent-Hopkins. Nuge looks over. He'll try and hold on to that puck as long as possible. Here's Bouchard now with 35 seconds left in the first period. McDavid's got it back to Bouchard. Bouchard's going to drift a wrist shot on net. Blocked. Oilers recover. Draisaitl looking for the passing lane. Doesn't have it. McDavid back to the point. The Lightning coming with a pretty good game plan here on this kill. Now the Nugent-Hopkins guy back to the blue line. Here's McDavid teeing up the one-timer. Blocked in front. He recovers one more time. 13 seconds on this drill right here. The shot from Draisaitl loading. Here's Bouchard, the clap shot up over top of the net and out of play. So that one will stop play. About 21 seconds to go in the power play. The Oilers had good movement, but haven't really directed good shots on net. And Sergachev with a big block in front. And this one goes, wow, deflecting off of Nick Paul back towards the net when it was going wide. And Vasilevskiy makes a huge save for the Tampa Bay Lightning to keep this one where it is. It's 6.4 seconds to go, as the face-off will be lost by the Oilers. 4 seconds remain in the period, and I think everybody's content to play on to the second at this point. Tampa Bay leads 2-0 after one period of play, and it's not for a lack of trying from the Edmonton Oilers, and it's not for a lack of quality from the Edmonton Oilers, right? You could sit here and say, after one period of play, 18 shots on net, the Oilers just put fluff on net. But no, the Oilers put some serious damage on net this period, and Vasilevskiy, the star of the game so far, keeping it 2-0 all throughout that late push from the Oilers. I mean, really almost the full period push. It was the Lightning scoring 107 into the game. Steven Stamkos from Nicholas Paul and, of course, Braden Point. What's even crazier to think about that, friends, is that Tyler Mott scored 7 minutes, 17 seconds into the first period. So, right, you went pretty much 12 plus minutes of this period, the Oilers dominating, getting absolutely stonewalled by Vasilevskiy, and somehow, some way, it's 2-0 because Tyler Mott scored from Darren Radish and Michael Eyssimont. I think it's Mikey Eyssimont is what he goes with. But no, honestly, one of those tough games to start things for the Oilers. But tonight, I don't think you can really say Stuart Skinner has been your biggest problem. Yeah, would you like him to have those 2 goals? Absolutely. But taking a penalty a minute 07 into the game against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who do have a better power play percentage than you, is going to cost you. And secondarily as well, Brett Kulak kind of drove Glendening into Skinner, kind of caused him a little disruption. Again, 1 goal, sure. 2 goals, no. But tough go for Stuart Skinner on both goals so far. But yeah, we're rocking and rolling here so far, friends. It's been a tough night for Oilers fans, but again, plenty of time. 40 minutes to win a hockey game. Again, most of the time you win a third period, you're probably going to win the hockey game, as long as you keep it close through the first 2. So it's close after 1. You got 2 to work with. I'm sure we can find a way to do this. Friends, I'm going to take a moment to go upstairs, refill the water bottle. I've been going through water. I've been talking nonstop for the past, hour and 10 minutes. I'll be right back. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, make sure to do that. And now would be a really good time to check out that video from Patrick, the Oilers fanatic, up in the pinned comment in the chat. All right, be right back. All right, friends, let's do this. It's been a good little start to the hockey game, I guess, for fun. End of the day is there was a lot to talk about in that first period. We'll take that. All right, we're not going to complain about having a little bit of fun to work with, but it's been a tough game in terms of the score, I guess you could say. Not seeing the Oilers put up the goals we want to, and obviously giving up goals we don't want them to give up, that's for sure. But welcome aboard, friends, if you are just tuning in. I'm glad to have you along for the ride. But yeah, it's been a good time so far, as we should be ready to go for what should be a really fun third and second period, I would assume. The third period against Tampa last game was fun. Obviously for the Oilers tonight, the first period was a lot of fun to watch after the first 7 minutes were done. But now it's going to be interesting to see what happens here for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, the rest of the way home. All right, friends, what do we got to talk about? Vasilevsky? I don't want to talk about that guy. Do we want to talk about that guy? I'm literally, if he ends up shutting out the Oilers tonight, I promise you I will grab one of those hats and I will come down and tip it for him 100%, because that's a well-earned game, just even based on one period of work, 18 shots against, and he was stellar throughout that first period of play, but more so the last 12 minutes plus of play. Friends, just to give you an idea of where we're sitting in terms of watch time tonight, we are up over 89 hours, so we're creeping up there. I thought we were trending in the right direction in terms of things, but it doesn't look like we quite hit where I thought we were going to hit by the end of the period. But again, end of the day, the Oilers are down 2-0. Wait until we tie this one up and we'll see the numbers come in. Trust me, that was the key against Chicago as well. Connor versus Connor was a pretty big draw, but watching the Oilers win a hockey game night in, night out is a pretty big draw. And you also know, if you've been around here long enough, you know it's a much bigger draw watching me call an Oilers win as opposed to an Oilers loss. You'd know for a fact that, well, as you could say, I'm pretty happy-go-lucky guy when the Oilers are winning, not so happy-go-lucky when the Oilers are losing. So, to that, the well-timed comment, every single game from Simon seems to come in right when I'm just kind of at that rate where I would love to give the Oilers a Marco to 10, Marco to 100, Marco to 1,000, Marco to 10,000 so far tonight. The millions only usually come out when Simon's having a good feeling. But Mark's out of 10,000 so far. You know what? It's probably a solid 3,000, right? 2,500, 3,000. And that's heavily weighed down because you're down by 2 goals on an 8-game winning streak. But again, at the same rate, too, you can't say the Oilers rolled over and died in that first period, which was indicative of all the losing in the start of the season, is they'd get down and they'd just look awful the rest of the way, right? Shots to the chest, easy pucks in the pads, nothing like they're coming back. But tonight, the Oilers have definitely been throwing everything they can, high danger chances, on Mr. Andrei Vasilevsky. And you got to think here, 16 shots now has been corrected. Still 16 shots and you're shut out in the first period. That's a pretty tough go. I know there's that joke, if the Oilers have 40 shots, they're going to lose. But again, tonight, if you lose on 40 shots and they're all of the quality from the first period, Vasilevsky, I mean, what can you say? That is what goaltending at the highest level will do for your team. And that's kind of what we're going to see happen throughout this game, is we're going to watch Vasilevsky do his best to keep the Lightning in. Because I will tell you, any other goaltender outside of Marc-Andre Fleury in this win streak that we've been on would be down 4 or 5 goals already tonight against the Oilers. So keep that in mind. It's not like the Oilers are definitely struggling like they have been at times this season. No. I think the Oilers are doing fantastic so far through this game. Just, hey, tip your hat after one. The goaltender's been hot for the other team, and he's looked good because he's done everything he can to look good. So that I'm sure I will repeat throughout this hockey game. I don't have the best feeling after one period of play. I'm not going to sit here and say I feel confident the Oilers are going to win this game, but I feel confident that we keep doing the things we did in that final 12 minutes, and things will sort themselves out the way they have over the course of this 8-game win streak, as long as Lightning kind of fall back a little bit, right? I mean, how much more relentless attack can they take, right? I don't know. But the other side to this was Jack's making the Cups comment about having Vasilevsky on the Oilers. The only unfortunate part about having a goaltender, I guess, of what you would say Vasilevsky's quality, not that we couldn't have a much better goaltender for $5 million than Jack Campbell this year, but you're not ever going to be able to fit a $10 million goaltender under the cap with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on your team. That's just the end-all, be-all of it when it comes down to it for the Oilers. And obviously Vasilevsky, what, 10.5 million? You know what, once the cap raises, Connor and Leon get their raises and stick around, I think the highest goaltender you'd ever be able to afford is 7.5, 8 million, even in an advanced cap world. So that's a kind of tough situation, is you're going to have to find a guy like Stuart Skinner who decides to all of a sudden become a beast and take a hometown discount. But you're looking at that puck movement there on the power play, just unreal from the Tampa Bay Lightning earlier this evening, about $1.07 into the hockey game, mind you. Steve, is Picard in net tonight? No, it is Stuart Skinner. And I will say, friends, to those of you quick to jump that Skinner sucks tonight, just keep in mind there was some interference run on Skinner tonight on the second goal. Not saying it's interference by Tampa. I'm saying Brett Kulak backed Glendening into a corner, and Glendening did what was given to him, just skated through it, which also meant skating into Skinner. The goal was reviewed, but it was quickly ruled a goal again. So I just, it's kind of one of those things. And it wasn't a review by the Oilers. It was a review by the NHL. I think they were confirming that it was a goal going top shelf as opposed to goalie interference. But it was one of those ones the Oilers could have challenged, but why take the penalty kill that you don't have to take, right? Unnecessary penalties are going to be doing tonight against the Lightning, and we already saw that on goal number 1. So, and the lateral movement on Stuart Skinner on the first goal of the night, I get where people are coming from. Don't think I don't understand that 100%. And simply, yeah, that's the other side too. Vasilevsky's numbers aren't quite Vasilevsky. Like, his save percentage is below 900. Again, he also has a shutout this year in 8-9 starts. So you got to remember, if he's got a shutout and he's below 900, that means that he's been struggling quite mightily this year. So we'll see if he ends up picking up his game tonight against us, which is a good time, right? Good goalie gets good against a good team. Good team over the past 8 games, mind you. But or is it just the Oilers find a way to win, as they have all winning streak, right? Come on, Marc-Andre Fleury gave us everything we could handle and more, and we just barely squeaked out that Minnesota game. So hopefully tonight for the Oilers, they do that same thing and they did against Minnesota and find it out. So see what happens. And Darcy, you're not scared Tampa Bay has come out guns blazing? That's not the case tonight. Other than being up 2 goals, Tampa Bay really has not dictated much of this hockey game. That's been the tough part for us, is Tampa Bay just more or less has hung in there by goaltending. And the Oilers also seeing a lot of their shots blocked tonight. That's been another key. I think there was 2 of them, key ones on the power play they're showing right here. Yeah, the Bouchard and Connor McDavid chances on the power play, as Vasilevsky's made some key saves. But the Lightning, just to give you, as we're almost back to game time here, some key stats after 1 period of play. The Oilers out-shooting the Lightning 15-7, so they've dialed it back from 18. The Oilers have out-hit the Lightning 12-7. Oilers winning the face-offs by a nudge, 11-10. 1-for-1 on the power play are the Lightning. 2 penalty minutes aside, so nothing major there. 10-6 the giveaways for the Lightning, 6-3 the takeaways for the Oilers. So by every stat category here, other than the block shots category and the saves made by Vasilevsky, the Oilers should be winning this hockey game. But again, should doesn't win you hockey games. Winning wins you hockey games, so keep that in mind. But yeah, that's where we're at right now, friends. And yeah, we'll see what happens here for the Oilers in this second period upcoming. Daryl, welcome in. Ryan, welcome in as well. And yeah, we are ready to rock and roll for what will be a good second period here in a matter of a few moments. This is the time of night, just after a long day of work. And of course, it was really gray all day down here in southern Alberta. But that light right there just catches this corner of my eye, and I start going all buggy. You guys have seen it 1.5 million times over on the live streams this year, where my eyes bug out and I'm like, can't survive. But we'll suffer through. We got to at least see the Oilers tie this hockey game before I can consider closing down the stream for tonight, if I ever do at all. But as well, hats off to you, friends. We have done this in the intermission tonight. We are up over a grand total, yes indeed, so far tonight of, look at that, 6,000 minutes watched, which is good enough for 102 hours. So, we are on our way to the 250 goal. We got 2 periods of hockey left. We got a post game to go live if I'm still live at that point. So keep that in mind. We'll be good to go here in a matter of moments. All right. Let's see what happens. Cooper's joining the chat. We got Steve, odds we get Maroon. That's a good question. I don't know if Maroon's going to be an addition or it'll be Bukestad again this year. I think all things equal, we'd love to have Bukestad back for another playoff run. And obviously, yes, you love what James Hamlin's done for you, but you imagine what adding Nick Bukestad would do to the roster as opposed to having James Hamlin in there. Not bashing Hamlin at all, but Hamlin's kind of the guy that fills a nice hole, does good service level, kind of replacement level service for you. But you'd love to see Mr. Nick Bukestad back in Edmonton. I wouldn't be opposed to Patrick Maroon. He'd be a great playoff addition, but chances we get him with Minnesota still in the race, kind of tough. All right. We should be good to go here in a matter of moments, friends. I think these commercials are going to come to an end at some point. Now we got to have another City TV commercial here in a matter of moments. But hi, yeah, friends. We are closing in on what will be an awesome second period. Fingers crossed, right? The Oilers keep going with their past 12-minute effort. We're going to be just fine in this second period, and we'll see what ends up happening here. But I'm a little nervous. I think I can admit to being. I think I could be rightfully so a little bit nervous coming into this 2-0 deficit in the second period for the Edmonton Oilers. But I think the big thing here tonight is just for the Oilers, go out there, do exactly what you're doing in the last 12 minutes of the first period, and change the tide. You got a power play to start the period, so set up the attack, win the face-off at center ice, go into the offensive zone, and get to work. Look for the high man in the neutral zone coming out of the box, though, mind you. That's the first thing that'll burn us this period, I'm sure. But you just got to look at it here as the Oilers have struggled on the zone clears against the Lightning tonight, too. So the Lightning not necessarily running the Oilers down in the zone, but they definitely in those first 7 minutes had the better share of zone time, that's for sure. So see what happens. And Perbix is number 48. I've been trying to figure that out all game, but I haven't been able to solidify that. So starting in the box is Glendening right now for the Lightning. Remember, I've talked about the interference on Skinner earlier on the second goal. That was Glendening that was in there, so keep that in mind. All right. Connor McDavid in the face-off against Nick Paul at center ice as the power play unit will get underway. We get the top line out there, so that's nice as we win the face-off. Bouchard over to Ekholm, and we're underway back here in the second period to play. 19:53 to go as the Oilers will transition up the ice. Ekholm takes control at the blue line. He'll backhand down low, and this one's fought up to the middle of the ice by the Lightning. That one turned back over by the Oilers. Took over by Nugent Hopkins. Rammed in front as Hyman tried to spin and take it, and the Lightning just got away with a trip there by the looks of it. Connor McDavid went down on a hard collision along the end wall. Looked like the stick was in the feet, but the Oilers doing exactly what I thought they would. Keeping the attack alive in the offensive zone, following the power play expiring. That one, though, trickles far out of Nugent Hopkins' reach. It's tipped down in the neutral zone. Then the puck bounces 1-2 sticks back into the Oilers zone, and this one a gunned-up shot from the Oilers D zone all the way on to Vasilevsky. McDavid almost overskated it and was able to get there, but couldn't quite do it. And here's now Draisaitl on a pass from Ekholm, a pass that went nowhere to the changing Nugent Hopkins. Oilers would have taken a too-many-men call. Here back the other way, the Lightning get going, and the Oilers will take a penalty there as Foegele seals off his man with the stick a little bit too guiltily and ends up taking the call with 18:53 to go here. So there it is right now as Point drives in, and Point's kind of tied up, loses handle of the puck, and that's unfortunately a call, as Point just about lost an edge as well, and that would have really sold the penalty for Tampa Bay. Hooking call against Warren Foegele. Knobloch's drawing something up here with Glenn Gulletson, trying to talk it over. And we're going to see what happens here, as this one's going to be won back by the Oilers off the face-off in the D zone. One there by Nick Paul, as he will get going back to the blue line, but it's cut off by Derek Ryan. Ryan cuts across to Nugent Hopkins. Here's Nurse on a partial break. Nurse lifts, scores! Puts it off the right arm of Vasilevsky and puts the Oilers down 2-1. A shorty there on the 16th shot of the game. The Oilers score to make it a 2-1 deficit. You like to see that. That was one of those plays that's just all about sticking with it. And don't mind Nurse, as he admires his handiwork there. He has been an absolute dynamite under Mr. Chris Knobloch. And look at that one, lifted just to the trailing. There was a goal the other game against Chicago similar to that. I think it was the Nugent Hopkins marker, but just kind of has Vasilevsky leaning, puts it off his arm and in. And you like to see that. Goes in the net for a 2-1 deficit. So the Lightning still on the power play. Nurse's 5th goal this season. And Nugent Hopkins gets his 20th assist. Derek Ryan gets his 4th assist. So both key players pick up an assist. And this one now near side pass to Nick Paul. He'll go back to the blue line. This one cut off by Kucherov. Far side one-timer. Denied by Mr. Stuart Skinner as he does his job there. And now the Oilers are going to line up a 2-on-1 back the other way. Here's Janmark. The shot fired. Vasilevsky the save. Big time stop there for Vasilevsky, but it's Janmark reeling and dealing to the puck first on the attempted failed clear by the Lightning. And now they will gather the puck up. They sealed off Janmark pretty astutely there. And this one comes down near side into the zone entry for the Lightning. I am so fired up after that goal. I have to turn the furnace off down here. Here's the Lightning down the wing. Kucherov near side has to button hook back. The one-timer comes. Save made by Skinner. And this one now near side pass again to Kucherov. Save made by Skinner. And that's 3 $10 saves right there for Stuart Skinner on the one-timers on the power play, making the saves and keeping this one 2-1. That's a good response from your goalie, who didn't have such a good response last time on the power play for the Lightning. And Janmark would have liked to have that one back, trying to tuck it under the arm, but ended up hitting the top of the pad. And this one there from Kucherov, great shot, bigger save from Stuart Skinner. And now we've got 38 seconds to go on the penalty kill. A fired out shot by Nurse. The hits Vasilevsky in net. That's a couple of shots this period from the D zone. The Oilers have hit the net as the Lightning will load up the attack. Nice tip play there by Connor Brown to disrupt. And now it's going to come back the other way into the attacking zone for the Lightning. They're spinning back to the blue line. Brown sees it kind of come over to Radish. Radish comes near side now on the pass from the other blue liner. Radish's got it again. The shot fired up over top of the net. My brain kind of short-circuited there a moment. My pardon. Lightning power play comes to an end. And the Oilers will see this one come back to the point as Radish will fire it back down low yet again. It'll be tipped back into the far side corner. Darnell Nurse works over his man. Foegele falls on the ice, and this one works back in front to Skinner. He sees it hit the side of the net. Nice, perfect, clean pass by Nurse onto the tape of Connor Brown, who's got to get off for a change. The Oilers will lift in. Here's Foegele ready to get to the attack, as he will take a collision against DeHaan. He's upended there, and now the Oilers will see this one transition to the middle of the ice in the Lightning zone, cut off by Draisaitl. Draisaitl wheeling and dealing in front. McDavid wheeling and dealing around in front as well. Couldn't hit Draisaitl, nor could Draisaitl hit McDavid. They end up passing the puck back and forth a couple times. Here's Ekholm. Ekholm's going to load up a shot. That one goes into the far side corner. Draisaitl cutting his man Glendening off here. Ends up kicking it right onto the tape of a Lightning. Here's Ekholm, shot down low. Bounce pass there by Kane, looking far side. Tap in. Couldn't get it going. And here now picked up is Bouchard, bouncing it off the end wall. Ekholm. This period has started out just as hot as that last 12 minutes started, let me tell you. Here we go. Cale Fleury in behind. He takes a bump from Kane. It'll be fired back into the neutral zone. Draisaitl coming back, trailing on a 2-on-1. Oilers close off nice. And that forces the Lightning to just weakly play it along the boards for Bouchard, who hits the tape of McDavid, over skating for it. He's hustling down the boards. He wins the battle, plays it in front. The shot, save made by the scrambling Vasilevsky, who lost the puck to McDavid in behind and ended up getting back in front. Whew, what a chance there for the Oilers as they just about capitalized on that one, friends. Would have been nice to see them do that, that's for sure. Now it's cooled down back in here again. We'll fire up the heat a little bit and see if we can't get this whole thing leveled out. As that was beautiful. As McDavid got to the attack, reminiscent of that goal against Chicago that Hyman helped McDavid score. 15:20 to go in this second period. Nugent Hopkins bounced it off the boards off the face-off win. Hyman ties it up. That's not going to really do anything there for him. 9 goals last 13 games for Evander Kane. He's gone quiet over the past few. You'd like to see him pick one up. Shot for the Lightning in the zone. Save made by Skinner. Puck scrambling around. The referee lost sight of it from behind. It was free. Skinner ends up getting credit for a hold. And we will have another stoppage in play with just over 15 minutes remaining here in this second period of play. Stuart Skinner bobbled up that puck. It got jammed along his pads a couple of times. And then you see here in the back, it just barely comes free, although the whistle does indeed end up getting blown. Hagel in the draw here for the Lightning. See what happens now, as actually he is not in the draw. It's Braden Point, my bad. 15:01 to go in the second period. And how much that one goal by Darnell Nurse does for us. The shot off the blue line chance off the face-off win from DeHaan gets blocked there, and is able to pick it up. This one's going to be cut up the middle. Here's Zach Hyman trying to win this puck battle over to Nugent Hopkins. Overshot him, but it was a good looking pass, that's for sure. Now back the other way. Here comes Point. Point's going to be sealed off by Desharnais. Kulak wins the battle there for a brief moment, and now picked up by Kane. Kane over the defender Kucherov at the blue, well, center line, sorry. And now at the blue line, Nugent Hopkins cuts off Hagel, and the Oilers continue to get things going here. This one now in possession for the Lightning. They will tip in. And no, they ended up missing the tip. Looked like they got a piece of it, but they didn't. And just 40 seconds after Skinner froze the puck, we will have another stoppage in play. And here's the thing about Stuart Skinner. He's had some good win streaks over the course of his career. March 28th through April 13th, he won 6 in a row. March 1st through 9th, he won 4 in a row. 14th through 22nd, he won 4 in a row. You got to think he played a lot of games, just judging by that in March, that's for sure. Here we go. 14:20 to go in this second period. Longest win streak in the NHL this year is 8. Currently held by the Edmonton Oilers, looking to make it 9 and secure a playoff spot for the first time all season. Matthias Ekholm off the face-off win over to Bouchard. Bouchard will roll down in behind the net. Overskating it for a moment is McDavid. He wins the battle though and picks it up for Ekholm. Ekholm in behind Vasilevsky, back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl walks out of the near side corner. McDavid makes a spin move over to Bouchard. Bouchard drifts down below the goal line for McDavid. McDavid seeing Bouchard teed up. He's got Draisaitl. Draisaitl sticks, snaps, absolutely explodes. Janmark wins a puck battle and wins a face-off call for the Oilers on a power play coming up as soon as the whistle blows. Ekholm over to Bouchard. Bouchard sees a tip off a Lightning stick. McDavid trying to win the battle. The Lightning touch it. And we will have a stoppage in play. So, my goodness. What a chance there for the Oilers there. But Draisaitl's stick just poop, exploded into 2 or 3 pieces. And that was the end of the chance. But we get another power play here. And we'll see what the Oilers can do with it. Friends, welcome aboard to Dolynny TV. We're currently on commercial break. What I am going to do here for you, we haven't spent one of these yet tonight, so I'll spend one right now. I'm going to throw an ad your way, just see if we can make sure that works, just in case we need to know going into overtime. But friends, it's been a good live stream so far. That much is for sure. Your support so much is greatly appreciated. David, thank you again for the super chat in there. Do appreciate that. And of course, right, there we have it. What am I trying to do? Get the watch time for you. 4.3. Nope, that doesn't work. 18, 4.3. Yeah, that would be 4.3. It would. How about that? We're up over 130 hours watched on the stream. So 200, 250 has kind of been the soft target all year. Well, friends, with 140 of you aboard right now, I'm assuming we're going to be able to go the distance and get this done towards that 250 number. We crossed 480 or something last live stream. That game against Chicago was absolutely unreal. And now, thank you so much as well. Really do appreciate that. It's been a second period for the Oilers. Darnell Nurse coming up with a clutch goal. And you know what? I think we can safely say Darnell Nurse all season, all 5 of his goals have been pretty important goals in terms of it's defense scoring from a guy who scores about 5 to 10 a year, but also it's been timely, like tonight, a penalty kill goal that ends up getting you going. And look at this one here. It's Draisaitl's stick that explodes in his hand, and then all of a sudden it's Janmark winning a battle, and Hagel desperation play. And you know what, ended up working out just fine for a power play. Janmark won't see any of it, but he's having a pretty good game playing on that second line alongside Mr. Leon Draisaitl and Warren Foegele. The face-off to the right of Vasilevsky in the Lightning zone. 13:38 remains. The Oilers do something they didn't do last time, and that's win the face-off. Nugent Hopkins down for Draisaitl. Draisaitl will work off the boards and look for an opportunity to pass that puck. Sealed off by Glendening. Draisaitl again, backhands up top to Bouchard. Bouchard down to Draisaitl. Draisaitl looks in front, tries to short side it, and Vasilevsky squeezes it last second. Draisaitl thought he had it with 21 seconds gone in the power play. That was a good looking little chip shot there by Draisaitl to try and get that chance. Good pass from Bouchard to allow it to happen, as he just kind of flips it up McDavid-esque into the body to try and hit something side of the net. So here we go. Bouchard, slap shot on net, not coming. He faked him out and opened up ice up top. Pass off to McDavid, down low to Draisaitl, back to McDavid. The shot denied by Vasilevsky. Scramble in front. McDavid, Draisaitl winding away, shot on shot. Couldn't get it through, and now here's Bouchard regrouping for McDavid. Draisaitl over. Back up top to Nugent Hopkins off a bounce. That was a weird one. McDavid looking down low. Far side one-timer. Draisaitl stopped by Vasilevsky, scrambling for the puck. The man's laying sideways in the crease on his stomach, and he still made the save. This has been some goaltending clinic here from Vasilevsky. Yeah, Nurse scored and all, but he's still got the lead. And look at this. Nice save there. What a go there for the Oilers so far on this power play. And Draisaitl hammers up the one-timer. And Vasilevsky, I don't know how he made that save, but ended up just swimming for it and doing it no problem. So here we go. Also, David Nulla, by the way, as well, just to let you know, we're going commercial-free the rest of the way in the second period and probably through the intermission. 5 power play goals here in the second on the Oilers for the Mr. Zach Hyman guy. We will have the face-off to Vasilevsky's left. That didn't make much sense, but we won't worry about that. We'll scrub that from the record. McDavid will scramble the face-off up enough for the Oilers to get a shot on goal. McDavid taps it home, and the Oilers tie the game 2 apiece. What a win for the Oilers off the face-off. They pushed it ahead. Hyman scrambled enough to keep it alive, and McDavid finds the loose puck, pounces on it, and puts it home. Watch this face-off. McDavid drives it. Hyman takes down the defender, and the Oilers end up scoring the goal as McDavid drives to the open puck. The Lightning tried to chip it to an area, but right onto the tape of McDavid, who puts it home to score ourselves a 2-2 tie. And you know what? You knew it. All after that Lightning goal, the Oilers just kept pushing. They didn't seem to want to go away, and they don't go away at all and tie the game 2-2. Now, the big thing is don't fall apart here, and good things will happen. I think somebody said earlier in the live stream during the pregame, you have a good second period, you're likely to win this one. Well, the Oilers so far have had a good second. Here's a chance on net for the Lightning. Stamkos was dragging in the middle, couldn't do it. 2-on-1 back the other way for the Oilers. Here's Brown and Kane. Kane to the front, couldn't handle the puck. And here's now McLeod loading up back to the point. The Oilers are zipping around the Lightning zone. Nurse near side in the corner, looking, button hooks back the other way, spin move in behind. Now Brown's got the puck. He's looking down low to McLeod. McLeod can't come up with that puck. It'll be one there by Brown. Brown back to the blue line. It escapes the zone, but good work and good response from the Oilers to immediately go back the other way and cause a little offensive zone chaos. 11:50 to go in this second period. The Oilers out shooting the Lightning 24-11. If it weren't for Vasilevsky, I mean, this game would be out of control for the Edmonton Oilers right now. This one back the other way, loading up is Kucherov. Kucherov over to Yzerman. He can't get the shot through. Or who's that? I don't know. I think that's Beret Boulay or whoever. I know what his name is. I just can't think of it right now. Beret Boulay, I think is how it goes. As the Oilers are going to load up another 2-on-1 the other way. The Lightning, though, quickly close. Sam Gagner just don't got that breakaway speed. And Ace, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Appreciate that. We're back the other way. Kucherov down low in behind the Oilers net. We're going to see a Lightning player lose an edge. And holy crap, here we go. Into the near side corner. The Oilers just battling physically in the corner. Sorry, I am just losing my mind here. This is a good chance here. The Oilers get pushed off the puck. And we will have a power play coming up for the Edmonton Oilers here as Calvin DeHaan ends up shoving a man off the puck there along the front of the boards. The referee watching the play calls the power play, and the Oilers deadly on the special teams so far this hockey game, and we'll see if the Oilers can find a way to get this going. And Ace, I'd read your chat, but I believe I've heard that line come out of one of my young friends there, one of my buddy's kids' mouths, so I'm not going to read that one for fear of me not understanding what it means. Calvin DeHaan takes the penalty. He seals off Hamlin, and I mean just slams him into the boards there, pretty much slams him into the linesman. All right, here we go. This one out of the zone. Another face-off win, though, for the Oilers, so they don't have to regroup. Remember, the power play so far has 6 shots on net. 10:40 to go here in this second period play. $1.50 remains here as McDavid will plow through. It's going to be a battle loss there. 29.8% at home for the Edmonton Oilers so far this season. You like to see it. 10:25 to go in the second period as we load up Connor McDavid. The pass from Bouchard misses both McDavid and Nugent Hopkins. A little discombobulation there as we will finally get McDavid going. He'll go over to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins is going to rifle it down low. This comes now to Zach Hyman. Instead, it's Draisaitl playing this one. He'll get it back to Nugent Hopkins. Here's Bouchard. The shot right through traffic, scores. And the Oilers on another 90-mile-an-hour shot from Evan Bouchard take the lead on the special teams. And Bouchard's point streak extends to 13 as Calvin DeHaan's taking his time getting out of the box. Evan Bouchard blasted that one through traffic, and Andrei Vasilevsky, great move here from the Oilers on the zone entry, by the way. And then this one gets back to the point. Draisaitl walks the line, harassed as he might have been, and Nugent Hopkins over back up top to Bouchard, shoots the puck in. And is that a Nugent Hopkins assist, or is it going to end up being a Zach Hyman goal? Is Hyman standing at the side of the net? Tipped by Hyman, it must have been. He was standing right there and got a body on it, I'm sure. But either way, Bouchard extends his point streak, and the Oilers end up scoring the goal. You'll love to see it. Zach Hyman gets credit for the goal, his 17th of the season on the power play, and that's assist to Bouchard and Nugent Hopkins. But either way, let's go. The Oilers getting the job done. 3-2 on the special teams. Just like that, now you need a 5-on-5 goal, and we get going. Here's Mr. Evander Kane into the zone. He'll fire the shot down low for Brown. Couldn't connect with it on the tip. Brown's going to win the battle. No, instead it's going to be Nurse in there, as Connor Brown just did a little flyby. And now this one's going to keep battling into that near side corner. Here we go, 9:09 to go in the second period. Zach Hyman with his 17th goal of the season and counting, as the Lightning try to play it to the middle, and Lightning really do not look like they have an answer for the Oilers in the offensive zone right now. 8:56 to go in the second period. 26 shots for the Edmonton Oilers. The Lightning have a grand total of 11 all game. The Oilers have 11 this period. The Lightning across the line, they're going to load up the shot. That one's going to go up over top. Blocked and back into possession for the Lightning. Shot rifled down low. Can't seem to do it. The Oilers go to clear the zone. Radish can't keep it in. That's Perbix. Here comes Hamlin. Hamlin on the drag shot. Stopped by Vasilevsky. Would have loved to see Hamlin get a little bit more of that puck. Couldn't have done it. And now back the other way. Here's Hagel into the offensive zone for Tampa Bay. He'll lose the puck, and now Sam Gagner is going to pick it up for Kulak. Kulak's going to load up into the middle of the ice. Fleury over to, I think, Radish. Up the ice now, picked up by Boulet across the Oilers line. He's going to play it down low for Point. Point's going to look to go back up top. It's going to bounce out of the zone. And now we'll go all the way back in behind Vasilevsky for a brief moment. 7:50 to go. Here's picked off by Foegele. They've got a 2-on-1 back the other way. Here's Janmark. I was going to say Puljujärvi. Yikes. This one now picked up by Foegele back to the point. The Oilers are going to roll around the zone here. Ekholm's going to go over to Bouchard. Picked up now by Draisaitl. Draisaitl's got this puck. He's going to go over to Bouchard. Bouchard down low to Janmark. Janmark rolls around now, leaves it there for Draisaitl. Draisaitl in behind. He's back to the near side corner, back to the point. It comes off a couple lightning sticks. Picked up by Ekholm, over to Bouchard, back to Ekholm. And now Bouchard's got along the far side boards. The Oilers rolling around like it's a power play 5-on-5. Shot fired down low, misses the net. Kept in by Ekholm. Good zone keep there. And this one will allow Draisaitl near side dot to pass it in front. Foegele jamming away. Can't score the goal. Soft chip. Picked up by Bouchard. Fired down into the far side corner. That's Foegele picking it up. This one's now Draisaitl looking. Dishes down low. Tipped up by the Lightning and out of play. But the Oilers, wow, what ozone pressure there again. They've had 2 or 3 shifts this game like that. And the Lightning are going to win a battle for the puck. Nice astute save there by Skinner to be ready to make that save down into the butterfly. And this one back the other way. The Oilers to the attack. Calvin DeHaan gets the call. It's icing against the Oilers. 6:29 to go. So 2 good hustle plays from the Tampa Bay Lightning might shift the momentum for a brief moment here against the Oilers. The Oilers surging in this second period. 3 goals on the special teams, 2 power play goals, and of course as well, you got to remember the shorty that ended up capitalizing things here for us. Or was it a power play goal? Hold on, I'm confusing myself. Lightning, though, win the face-off, and they've got it around the zone, or maybe the Oilers did. I don't know. Yeah, it was Connor McDavid on the power play on assist. What am I talking about? As this one's going to be picked up by Nugent Hopkins nonetheless. He'll fire it in on the glove hand of Vasilevsky, making the save. It'll be picked up now by the Lightning and fired down the length of the ice. And this heater's got me a little too hot tonight. It's been a good game. The blood is rising, and I love it. The old heart rate's up, and the Oilers doing their thing here tonight as Bouchard just hammered that puck on net, and it hits Hyman's side post. He is camped there. And, yeah, no, as everyone's saying, it's nice to see the Edmonton Oilers are indeed all the way back. They just have to clutch down and win this hockey game in the final. We got 26 and a half minutes to win this hockey game and get back into a playoff spot for the first time all year. Don't mind me if we end up indeed doing that. So friends, just to give you an update on the watch time as well, we're up to 164 hours. So I would assume there is a chance, the way we're going right now, that we could possibly hit that 200 mark by the end of this, you guessed it, second period. But as we keep going, friends, it's been a pretty good little stream so far. I'd like to thank you for your support so far, and thank you for listening along, right? Wherever you're tuning in from, we'll talk to you in the second intermission about where in the world you're tuning in from. We got 165 of you tuning in right now, so we can play that game come the second intermission. But yeah, no, it's 8:31 right now, and the Oilers are blitzing along a 3-2 lead. So like to see it. Russo, welcome in. Glad to see you aboard. And Mr. Doom, thank you for being aboard as well. Glad to see you in here poking in again tonight. Jody, welcome in. If I was just missing you, and I don't think I missed anyone else. Spencer, I think I caught you earlier. I hope at least. I think I did. And I'm not missing anything. Hey now as well. Welcome in. And I don't think we've missed anyone else. Daryl, I might have missed you. And Lori, actually, I missed you as well. Saying Oilers, let's win Tampa Bay. Yes, hopefully we do that tonight. We should be good to go. And I think we're caught up on the chat so far. A lot of you reacting to the goals. Of course, the Oilers having a moment with most famously known as Zamboni Kid. hanging out with the Oilers there after practice, I think, on Wednesday. He was at the game I was in the building for on Sunday at Rogers Place. We'll have the face-off to the right of Stuart Skinner here, and John, we'll get to that in a moment. As 6:02 to go, the Lightning win the draw, play it right in front, and the puck just did not want to find a Lightning stick for a tap-in. In behind the net, they go back to the middle, they can't get it on, and now here's the shot coming in from the point, blocked in front by a Tampa Bay Lightning player. Ceci quickly scrambles to the puck, and that's going to allow Connor Brown back the other way. Brown will fire a shot, drifted off the blocker of Vasilevsky. Good save by Kane to force the puck to the boards and tie it up a brief moment. Allows the Oilers extra possession time. Backhand chip by Ceci keeps it alive for McLeod. And Brown will try to work this one off the end wall. Comes back to the blue line. Here's Nurse across in front of the Remax sign on your screen. This one comes back to the blue line for a brief moment. The Lightning will finally clear the zone. That will not be enough for icing call, and that will allow the Oilers to chip it around the boards. That one just kind of dies off the glass. The Lightning activate, they get across the blue line, and it looks like we're going to have a stoppage in play here. Not 100% sure what for. All right. That one though, ooh, there was a shot from the point that glanced off the crossbar. Interesting. I seem to have missed that. Referee waving that off. As we will have 5 minutes and 4 seconds to go. The Oilers have already hit 30 shots just 20 or 35 minutes into this hockey game. That is absolutely insane. This one will go to the far side as Fogle will pick this one up. Fogle will backhand along the way, and here comes now Matthias Janmark. 4:56 to go, and Janmark's taken down again. I think he just lost an edge though, and that will not be a penalty for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Wouldn't mind that, but it is what it is. This one comes back in behind as Janmark goes down low, trying his best to go as Janmark continues to hold sway up top, looking to cut that puck off. Instead, it's Vinny Desharnais. The Lightning, though, transitioning back the other way. Desharnais tips it. That allows the Lightning, though, a quick, clean breakout. Nice seal off by Janmark. He'll load up Draisaitl off the pass from Fogle. Draisaitl thinks better of it. Here's a one-time opportunity, blocked in front. Just an absolute ripper there for the Oilers. Here's a shot for Draisaitl, bounced off the end wall right in front, and Sam Gagner and Warren Fogle couldn't bounce it home. 4:09 to go in this second period, and the Oilers will come back the other way as they will try their best to see Kucherov sealed off on the wall. Ekholm does just that. That allows Bouchard to load up a shot for a pass, more or less, that ends up being a rocket up high by the scoreboard. Now shot in by Sam Gagner. Round the boards, it's coming to Tyler Mott, as this one will be picked up now by the Lightning at center ice and back the other way. Cirelli will look to make the play. He'll fire to the far side corner. Sam Gagner meets it. He'll work over the blue line and up into the Lightning zone on the dump. This one near side by the face-off dot to the right of Vasilevsky. Goes in behind Cale Fleury under duress, and it will end up being a bounce pass out of the zone again for Tampa Bay. The Oilers now up to 31 shots, by the way, as they continue to try and do their thing here to win this hockey game. 3 and change remains in the second period, and it's going to bounce off the skates of Nurse. And the Oilers discombobulated a bit here. They've got two different lines on the ice as Hamlin gets turned inside out on the rush towards the Oilers net. This shot comes in, bounces off the side of the net. Lightning might get credit for shot number 13 of the game, as the Lightning are 3-6 over the last 9 games, outshot by outscored 32 to 18, as the Lightning will work to the middle, poked off their sticks there by the Oilers. Here comes Nugent Hopkins playing to the far side, in on the net. Here's Hyman looking to the backhand, poke check by Vasilevsky. Lightning immediately clear, and now here comes Matthias Ekholm recovering in his own zone, trying to get it going back the other way. Here's Hyman. The shot loads up over top of the net, and it will go up off of Vasilevsky or the glass and out of play. What a sequence there for the Oilers. They rifled the shot on net, and then it bounced off the end wall and almost had a tap in front, but couldn't quite get the bounce. So, no, it's been a good period so far for the Oilers, friends, and we'll see what they have in store for us the rest of the way home tonight. Obviously, just to add up the watch time one more time before we close out this period, just to give you an idea of where we're sitting so far. How about 6.5 divided by 60? 182 hours. So there is still a chance, if these commercial breaks run long, that we could hit that 200-hour mark by the end of this. So let's see what we get going, as we are just going to check the back end stuff right now, friends. Thank you for being aboard. I guess I should actually use this time positively and ask you, if you are new to the channel, to please consider hitting that subscribe button. We are closing here on Dolynny TV in on 15,000. Not bad for a little channel that used to try and do whatever he could to get some views. Nowadays, we talk about the Edmonton Oilers day in, day out, and you guys keep showing up for some reason. Not really sure why, but I do appreciate it. That much is for sure. And just to share with you where we're sitting at right now, how about 13,865? So I am confident if we have a pretty good solid third period, we could hit over 13,800 by all told end of the game. So if you haven't done that, please consider doing that. Again, you do need a YouTube account, but I will remind you, subscribing to Dolynny TV, cost free, absolutely free. You just get the videos and the live streams tiny bit much faster and easier. So here we go. We are just about ready to get back to action here in this third period of play. Saturday afternoon, you've got Toronto at 5. You got Montreal at 5, right there playing Eastern Conference teams. Winnipeg plays Colorado. Calgary plays Tampa, and the Oilers play Florida. So the Oilers will be the CBC game on Saturday night. So we'll see how that all works out for us that evening. All right, here we go, friends. Let's get this going, as we will get back to action after hours following the Panthers versus Oilers. I'm not sure who the guest would be yet, but we will find out from Scott Oak, I'm sure, tomorrow. Here's McDavid, stick handling off the face-off right into the blue paint. Almost tucked that one home if he hadn't just lost the handle there. This one goes around the boards. T.S. Ekholm plays it up off an Oilers player, loads up Connor McDavid somehow. Back the other way, here comes McDavid. He's going to wheel on net. Tipped in front. The Oilers thought they had scored, I think, for a brief moment, but I think it was the Lightning player actually raising his hands. Bouchard on the pass from Ekholm, wheels it down low on a nice little drag move to throw it down low. And here's McDavid playing it back to the point. The Oilers definitely coming heavy here off the TV timeout. Here's McDavid, shot, save made by Vasilevsky, and he will roll on top of that puck to make the save yet again. And friends, it's not unbelievable to say the Oilers are dominating this game. They deserve many more goals, but again, deserve doesn't win you games. You got to think about going out there and putting it in the back of the net. The Oilers needed to do that this period, and they did it. So good sign so far that we continue on towards a winning track. So see what happens here, but Vasilevsky on the face-off will be tested as well. McDavid's already scored one right off the face-off. McDavid was hauled down with no real response from the Oilers, but it would be bad to take a stupid penalty with 2 minutes or less to go in the second period, and of course you're up by 1. 21-6 the shots on net for the Oilers this period. Stuart Skinner out to play that puck, misses it by a mile in behind. The Lightning scramble it up, and they're going to win in front. There's the shot. Skinner dives at it and makes the save. What a play there from Stuart Skinner to keep that one out. He has all of a sudden come on this game, and there's a real chance that if the Lightning struggle to put up shots the rest of this game, well, guess what? The Oilers could very well just end up squeaking out a 900 save percentage out of Skinner and winning this hockey game despite giving up 2 goals. Seems crazy, I know. Here's the Lightning back the other way. They're going to dump it down low. Nurse tries to play this puck. He overskated it. The Lightning to the attack. Hagel, he's got it along the boards. It's a one battle for Kucherov, who will wrap around the net, get it in front. The Oilers scramble it up on a blocked pass attempt there from the Lightning as Kane had cut it off. And now here comes Darnell Nurse back the other way. Scott Connor Brown wide. He's going to shoot it. He's feeling it. Rebound opportunity. Chance again. And the Tampa Bay Lightning goaltender Vasilevsky equal to the task to make not 1, not 2, but 3 saves on that chance for the Oilers. And what a save there from Stuart Skinner as he just rolls over to his right, kind of off his right pad, makes the save. And then Darnell Nurse, talk about driving up the gut, makes the chance. And it's actually only 2 chances as Brown ends up slapping that puck right into the chest and glove of Andrei Vasilevsky. So here we go, friends. 5 seconds to go here in this second period. The Oilers 38 shots on net, 14 shots for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Here we go. Face off for Draisaitl. A shot for Foegele. Rebound in front. Janmark drove the crease. Couldn't do it. 29 seconds remain here in this second period. Draisaitl in the battle along that corner. It comes right in front. Warren Foegele beat to the puck, and it's going to bounce the other way. Here's Darnell Nurse on a 2-on-1. He tries to stop it. They had to play it up over top. Here's Stuart Skinner. And I mean, what a play from Darnell Nurse. I was trying to spit something about Nurse out. Just tying up his man, making the shot impossible. And Stuart Skinner able to make a relatively easy, calm, simple save there. So good offer there for the Oilers as Darnell Nurse just tied up Tanner Jeannot and made sure he didn't have a good chance. Skinner had scrambled too far out of the net and ended up being able to make that. And a good chance there for Matthias Janmark, back checking on Steven Stamkos too. Good work there. Here we go. Leon Draisaitl with 12 seconds to go. And the face-off will be won back by Tampa, but here comes Warren Foegele back the other way. He's sealed off, and he's pushed to the ice with 5 seconds to go. The Lightning load up the attack. They will just be content to dump it in. And that, my friends, will do it for a very productive second period of play. So hopefully the Oilers can find a way to keep it going here in the third, as you're saying, Robert, as it's been a solid second period. The Oilers had a pretty good half of first period anyway, and now we find ourselves up 3-2 at the end of 2. Friends, I'm going to head upstairs quickly, refill the water bottle. You see I'm going through it like it's water, I guess would be the argument, even though it is water, to give you an idea of where we're at the watch time tonight. How about that? I was doubting it by the end of the first, but we clutched it off by the end of the second. We end up with 202 hours on the watch time. So thank you so much for that, friends. I will be right back. Again, if you haven't had a chance yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV, and I will be right back with a full bottle of water, an Oreo in my stomach, and we'll get this going. All right, friends, well, it's come time. It's about that time of the night where with 140 of you watching around, hanging out, well, I think we can talk about, yeah, that's enough. Where in the world are you tuning in from? That's the big thing. Every night you hear me chatting with people that are sending text messages into the chat here, but the big thing is when I ask the where in the world game and ask that question, I end up getting a pretty good response from everybody who's tuned into the live stream right now. So what I'll tell you right now, two things that mix things up. Before we play the where in the world game, let's hit that like button. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do that, because generally two kind of combos with live streams. The more likes they have, the more watch time they have, the more likely YouTube is to suggest them. We can have a crazy, chaotic third period if we really want to. So definitely do that. But friends, as we get to it, where are you tuning in from this evening? Would love to give you a little shout out, because I know a lot of you just kind of listen along and send in one or two comments tonight. I might not catch it. This is kind of the time I get a chance to do that. John's tuning in from Adelaide, Australia. So this is the cool part, right? This is a global reach. The nice part about YouTube, we are all over the world, and I get to kind of catch that as we go along. Wales tuning in from New Westminster, BC, home of a pretty productive baseball facility. Let me tell you, they got some kind of factory there or something. That much is for sure. Patrick, you're tuning in from Red Deer this evening. Talk about the other side of the world. New Zealand's texting me right now. We got Magic tuning in from just outside of St. Albert. Of course, Magic's been tuning in for years, that's for sure. And Daryl tuning in from Selmo, BC. Is that Salmon Arm or is that just Selmo? I've never heard of Selmo, but again, I don't know BC too well. I can tell you I've been to BC twice, and it's never been to a fun place. Fort St. John twice, might as well stay in Alberta. That's kind of the situation. So, of course, Ace moving up from Antarctica, kind of that iceberg falling apart on Antarctica there a little while ago, drifting all the way up to Iceland nowadays. Stuff happens, right? End of the day. Good thing you got cell reception. K Ferg's just outside of Edmonton, and Simple tuning in from the exotic north end of Edmonton. Let me tell you, it can be pretty exotic sometimes, that's for sure. And there was a spirited scrap in the Ottawa Senators St. Louis Blues game tonight. My goodness, Brady Tkachuk throwing them, that's for sure. As we continue along here, Russo is tuning in from Maple Ridge, British Columbia. We caught that comment earlier, but I told you we'd be getting to it. Peter tuning in from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Kyle at the game now. Just wanted to pop in and say Rogers is buzzing in here. That's good news. I think Kyle was at the game on Tuesday as well, if my memory serves. And you know what? Rogers was buzzing on Sunday, despite it being more of a tame crowd because of Sunday afternoon, kids, families, all that. But Rogers Place, good place to be on a Thursday night. I think Student Rush tickets are also available on Thursdays, so keep that in mind as well. Alex is tuning in from Ottawa, so that's good to see here. Jack's Wi-Fi is working nicely from the barrel heading over Niagara Falls. Love to hear that as well. And Mike, you're tuning in from Japan this evening. Well, good evening again from the other side of the world. As I'm thinking it would be about Japan, it would be, let me think, 18 hours-ish. So it's 9 o'clock, 15. I guess that would be about 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon for you over there, Mike. Now is tuning in from Southern California. Of course, we've gained a lot of following down there in Southern California, Nevada area, friends, as well. You got to remember, because those LA Kings and Vegas Golden Knights were the playoff opponents last year. Wake's tuning in from Victoria, British Columbia, with a shout out to the Victoria Royals as well. A pretty good hockey team that has, over the course of its history, some pretty good jerseys for the WHL club. James tuning in from Grand Falls, New Brunswick. Glad to have you aboard from the East Coast this evening. Archer's tuning in from Canada, but a Tampa fan. Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, it don't really matter, right? I could see why you'd want to be a Tampa fan when your goaltender's doing what he's doing tonight. I mean, the Oilers have what? Can I count them? 38 shots after the second period and only have 3 goals. That's pretty impressive considering how this win streak's been going. Lyndon's tuning in but saying good work for Edmonton, so I don't know where you're tuning in from. That's all good and dandy. Nathan's tuning in, reacting to the shots on goal here tonight as well. Haven't been watching the game. I'm going to guess the Oilers should have 10 goals though. Again, that's the beauty of Vasilevsky. He's kept them in it. Not saying terrible that Tampa's been doing, but the Oilers have been earning every single goal. That much is for sure. That's what you like to see. And John's tuning in from Mazatlan, Mexico this evening. Friends, that's the other side too. When I first started doing YouTube, kind of realized a lot of people that watch hockey in Canada tune in from 2 very distinct spots outside of Canada. Arizona in the United States and somewhere in resort town, Mexico. Mazatlan, obviously being one of them. Phoenix, Arizona being another one. So that's kind of where you like to see it. So, Matt, saving the day, Sportsnet won't let you watch from the Dominican. That is fair. I think it is regionally locked to the country of Canada. But, yeah, no, glad to have you aboard from the Dominican. I'm assuming probably a vacation or something going on down there in Dominican. Is it a destination wedding? Those are always fun from what I've heard. Never gone to one. Hope to never go to one. Sounds like a lot of work personally. I got hockey to watch. Weddings to go to. What are you talking about? You like to see it, but yeah, that's where we're at. So we keep going along. Vinny, I don't want to get sidetracked talking about goalies, but we will talk about it right now. Robin, welcome in as well. And East, I think, stands from the question. Mrazek wouldn't be too bad of a situation to back up Stuart Skinner 1A, 1B it based on how he's doing so far. Robin, good evening to you as well. Glad to see you along as well from Grand Prairie this evening. Anytime you ever see someone say they're from GP, it's Grand Prairie. Don't mistake that. GP is Grand Prairie, and that's all that matters. Let's see as well. I think we're pretty much done with the where in the world are you from game, except Frank's coming in late. Like to see it from Victoria, BC as well. So friends, thanks for being aboard this evening. Really do appreciate you being along for the ride, night in, night out, or for the first time ever, or for the second time, whatever the case might be. It all in all ends up being a pretty good time here usually, and even when the Oilers are losing it, it's pretty okay because you guys at least give me somebody to talk to. Jake's tuning in as well from Moose Jaw. Can't forget a shout out to Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, which is a pretty important place in Canada and has some pretty cool history, don't mind me saying as well. So right now, as everything currently sits, friends, we should probably review the goal scoring here in that second period play. That would be a good idea. Tampa Bay scored the first 2 goals of the game, well, 7.5 minutes into the game. That's it. They have not scored since the 7:17 mark of the first period. Tyler Mott, Steven Stamkos have both goals. Darnell Nurse from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Derek Ryan shorthanded. Connor McDavid from nobody. It was an unassisted, beautiful. Hyman drove the defender. They couldn't clear the puck safely out from in front of the net. McDavid in tight, he makes you pay, his 11th of the year. And then Zach Hyman from Evan Bouchard, who keeps that point streak going. And of course Ryan Nugent-Hopkins as well. So Nugent-Hopkins picks up 2 points, and don't look now, but Hopkins is getting pretty up there in points again. You know, that 100-point plateau might not be impossible for him to reach after all. And you got to think too, Zach Hyman's got 17 goals this season. That's absolutely unreal. Andrei Vasilevsky, though, the Oilers now officially credited with 40 shots on net. So think about this. Vasilevsky is losing this game 3-2 and has a .925 save percentage. That is absolutely unreal to think about. So hopefully the Oilers can find a way to win this hockey game. They still have 2 periods to get this job done, right? Or 1 period to get this job done. They're through 2 periods with a winning score. But at the end of the day, it comes down for both teams to earn a playoff spot by game's end, win a period, win a game. And obviously, if the Oilers can find a way to win tonight, we'll be just fine. So, James as well, tuning in from North Bay. You've been in the stream quite a while already, so sorry to have missed you earlier. But, you know, it's absolutely fantastic to see the Oilers doing what they've been doing. And they've got a little bit of Sam Gagnier's rehab now on the game stream tonight, as they're showing everything he's done to get back into shape. And I mean, Sam Gagner, honestly, it seems silly to talk about a guy who has 7 points and say, where would the Oilers be without him? But quite honestly, where would the Oilers be without Sam Gagner stepping up and doing what he's done this season? He's been a fantastic piece to this Oilers squad for a guy that, I think, you know what, honestly, I was upset when people said he's nothing more than an AHLer at this point, but it's a fair point, right? I mean, he's beat up, double hip surgery. How's he going to fare? How's he going to survive? Just fine, I guess, is the answer we were all looking for. And I mean, as much as some people were hoping against him, I think everybody, no matter who you are, roots for Sam Gagner deep down. Kind of the same thing as I'm seeing some Jordan Eberle talk here. So there's just guys that play for your team. You might hate them after they leave. You might not like them as much as you once did, whatever the case might be. But no matter how much you talk a tough game, you never fully can say an actual bad word about him, and that's Sam Gagner at the end of the day for me. And I mean, you need to talk Sam Gagner. You go talk to Patrick, the Oilers fanatic, okay? You ask him about Sam Gagner. I've made that mistake. It's an interesting conversation, but it's a long one. And I do not mean any offense with that. I'm just saying that man loves Sam Gagner. I'll tell you that much for sure. So you can watch his wall, right? We both kind of have our jersey walls. You see, for the most part, I go crest, 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 crest. You'll see a Sam Gagner jersey back on his wall before the end of the year. I guarantee that. And if you go watch the top video pinned in the chat, you can definitely help him out a little bit there as well by tuning into his video and earning a little bit towards that Sam Gagner jersey after all. Was that an ad? Tyson, was that an ad? Not paid for. Trust me, it wasn't. However, let's go. David, I'm loving the enthusiasm, friends. I love when I see the Let's Go Oilers, Let's Go Edmonton all in caps whenever it happens in the chat. Obviously not all the time, but when it's going in there, it's usually a pretty good night. You'll love to see it. So it's been good so far. Gord, yeah, you know what? Again, I'm talking about hats off to Vasilevsky tonight, but hats off to Chris Knobloch. He's come in and done some very good things with this Oilers squad, gotten them to listen and shape up, and you are 20 minutes away from a playoff spot. Now, we've said 20 minutes away from a whatever series lead in the past, I guess 6 months, 7 months, I guess would be. So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but the Oilers definitely have a chance to do something pretty good here, and it would be excellent if the Oilers could do it for sure. So we continue to hum along tonight, friends. Not really seeing anything too much that I'm missing. I don't think there's really much all to miss tonight. It's been a pretty take care of itself night. And as I will say, I will take a moment to copy a link here for you. Just want to give you a little something to watch here tonight. You know, a little something to go check out. For those of you that haven't tuned into Dolynny TV too long overall, give you an idea here of what we've done, where we've been, and what's going on as Cold Lake, Alberta. Let's see if we can't get something going up. Explore. Yeah, sure. There we go. Let's see if we can't get that going there. Uploaded August 24th, 2016. This will be a fun one for you guys to tune into, that's for sure. I'm sure most of the stream regulars have seen this. But watch this little story on my my hometown of Cold Lake, Alberta. Me touring here around some not so great sights to see, I guess you could say. But yep, no, we are ready to see what happens in this third period of play, friends. We should be ready to rock and roll in a matter of moments here for what will be a very big third period for both teams. I expect Tampa Bay, if they haven't really pushed all game, to push at some point tonight, but again, you just never know what's going to happen here. So, all right, you know what? We'll see if the Oilers can manage something. That's really all it comes down to at the end of the day, and we'll see what this third period is about to bring. I'm excited. That's why I keep circling around the same words, because I'm just excited to get going again. I'm raring and ready to go for what would be a huge third period if the Oilers decide to giddy up and get this job done. Obviously, how huge would a 9-game winning streak be, especially when we've got 242 hours watched on the stream, friends. We're closing in on some special numbers here. 21 likes away from, you guessed it, 100 as well. So if we can hit that by night's end, that would be pretty special. Over 3,000 views on the stream, just about 5 minutes watch time. We are about to get things going. Here we go, JVM coming in, hoping for the Oilers as well, as we're about to close this game down this evening. Let's hope for it. Brian, welcome aboard as well. Glad to see you aboard. And they're showing some photos of some young hockey fan from back in the day, that's for sure. But we are getting ready to get this job going. We've got an old Dwayne Rollison mask back in the day. I really wish I knew who this was. Let's see what we go here as we continue along, hyping up a young Oilers fan. It looks like it's Brandon Hagel. That would make sense. Brandon Hagel. A good, I think he's from Saskatchewan, if I'm not mistaken, if I've got this correct. But Let's see what happens here, friends. 64 shot attempts for the Oilers, 21-8 the chances, 25-16 the face-offs. The Oilers have almost 4 minutes extra zone time. The Oilers have limited the Lightning to 7 shots a period. The Oilers have 38 shots on net. Goodness me, we got to win this hockey game. That's all it comes down to. You cannot lose this one at all. And Jackets 63-7 for the Raiders over the Chargers. Lordy, who is their quarterback tonight? They're doing pretty good. Here we go. Face-off. One ahead by the Oilers. Zach Hyman poking it past the reach. He's down the right wing. He's in on the attack, and he's going to circle in behind the net, and he's going to get knocked down before he can get there. He's going to, pop back up with the puck. Here's McDavid. Far side boards. He's going to get going. Ekholm shoots the puck, blocked by the pad of Vasilevsky, and that's probably his easiest looking pad save all game, and it results in an icing call against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yikes, that's not how you want to bail out your goaltender for a very important save. Eggs, welcome in. Flipperdo, welcome in. Clumsy Chicken, welcome in. Friends, we're seeing some friends from back in the day tuning in late into this one. That's fine. Welcome aboard. Bubble, welcome in as well. Everybody hyped up on the Oilers train, looking for 9 in a row. We are just barely underway in this third period of hockey. We are going to have the face-off down. The Oilers get down low, and this one's going to come up for Kane. The shot fired just wide of the net. Desharnais drifts it back low for Connor Brown. This picked up by Kane. He'll go back, try to get to the point. Desharnais couldn't get it as the Lightning are able to clear it out. Kulak bats it back into the Lightning end. 19-17 to go here. This one picked up now by the Oilers in neutral ice. They're going to flip it all the way down to Vasilevsky, who gloves down right onto the tape of Darren Radish. He'll backhand ahead. The weird bounce off the tape there. The Lightning fire the puck towards the net, blocked in front by the Oilers. I'd like to see the Oilers have a couple more block shots this period. Puck to the middle of the ice. How about that? A picked off pass by Connor Brown, who takes a little bit of a hook for good measure. And we're going to come back the other way to the middle of the ice. That one cut off by the Lightning on the Oilers' attempted rush up. And now Connor Brown's still battling in there. He keeps it going. Janmark's going to keep trying to battle that puck free in aid of Connor Brown, who comes free. He's going to drift this one in the middle of the ice. Bad turnover. And back the other way come the Tampa Bay Lightning, sealed off by the defense of Darnell Nurse. Nice poke check, stick work, whatever you want to say, by Stuart Skinner. And back the other way the Oilers come. Draisaitl pushes through a check. He's going to load up and try to put it on the tape of Fogle. Couldn't do it. Near side corner, near side board battle. Bouchard punches it down low. That's about as far as it goes, as the Lightning will come back 3-on-3 back the other way. This one loaded up. They'll hold back at the blue line, try to just drift it down low, and that's going to be Bouchard working off a chop on the hands. Now this one worked there by Boulet. He'll get it back to Point. Point's going to try and spin off the check of Bouchard, who just about grabbed a hold of him. Good job not to take penalty. And it works out in the Oilers' favor as the punch to the middle there by the Lightning, unable to be successful. And the Oilers just barely dodge a too-many-men penalty. That, though, allows the Stuart Skinner guy to pick up that puck. And it's kind of a discombobulated zone clear that ends up in zone time for the Oilers. Here's McDavid punching it back to Bouchard. The tip in front just missed by Nugent-Hopkins. Hyman comes up with the puck. He will roll it down, and Nugent-Hopkins spinning off the check. Looking. And now it'll be Connor McDavid rolling around. McDavid in the middle. And Vasilevsky will cover up, cutting it off with the blade paddle down, I guess would be the right term. And that will be a stoppage of play for the Edmonton Oilers and Tampa Bay Lightning. So, good start here so far for the Oilers, holding the Lightning away from the net, and obviously too, that flip on Vasilevsky was kind of tricky. He lost his balance and thankfully was able to lay down on his pads. Didn't look quite comfortable, and he played it off, just kind of kept moving. And we are already 2 minutes and 45 seconds into this third period. 7 shots, 1 goal for Connor McDavid tonight. Good night to have him in fantasy, let me tell you. This one's going to be batted down the length of the ice by the Lightning. They get a mini 2-on-1 right tight to the net, sealed off by the Oilers' back check. The Oilers trying to spring Hyman, who's offside by 1.5 miles. That one's almost a country mile, to be honest with you. 16:57 to go. And this one will be picked up in the neutral zone. Good check there in the middle of the ice by the Oilers to seal off the boards. And this one now picked up by the Lightning on the dump in. will just clear out to the blue line of the Oilers and dump it in themselves. Down low, Ekholm picks up the puck, 16:40 to go, backhand in behind to Bouchard. Bouchard looking to play this puck, he'll rifle it up the middle, and that's a nice zone exit for James Hamblin, who plays it off to his winger, and it's just a simple little flip in for the Oilers. The Lightning gather off the end wall, and they'll try to flip it up the middle as well. Kulak, Desharnais back the other way, trailer incoming. Stuart Skinner the save, made with the shoulder, punches it in the near side corner. 16:13 to go, and this will be Hamblin working there with Derek Ryan and the company, trying to keep this one from getting to the middle. Jeannot, big and strong, able to push it in behind the net. Oilers scrambling up, trying to do their best to do the job that avoids disaster, and they do. They push it just to the middle of the ice. Now there's a little dust up. Fourth line action here for the Oilers. Derek Ryan's got a hold of Cirelli, who has his bucket off. He's got his chain going as well, by the way. Nice gold chain, and that is water everywhere, and thankfully not on the laptop. Whew! That was tight. We'll take the spill of the water and the wet pants over top of the laptop getting wet any day, friends. Oh, you even watched that on the camera. That's awesome that you were able to see that, by the way. And we are good to go here, as we will have Desharnais shoving a guy. Okay, Desharnais got a little pushy shovey. You like to see it. Not bad at all. And we will get to the bench for a change and see the Oilers roll over the third line, who, I mean, McLeod, Brown, and Kane haven't been the worst thing for the Oilers tonight. That's been the nicest part of this hockey game. All four lines are rolling and just kind of doing their part. So this one back down low. They'll be picked up by the Oilers. And it will be an icing call against the Tampa Bay Lightning. You like to see it. So we'll have the puck come back down low into the Tampa Bay zone. Face off to the right of Vasilevsky. Isaiah, welcome in. So we should be ready to go here for what should be good. Blaine, I think I missed you earlier, but welcome in as well. And we are ready to go here. 15:44 to go in this third period. The Oilers have 39 shots. It's not quite as many shots as earlier, but they'll be coming, I'm sure, soon enough. Here's Nurse firing it off the skates of Kane, getting it back and then firing it through, or that was Kane throwing it through. But interesting goal right there. 13 games played, 19 points for Evan Bouchard. 11 games played, 26 points for Mr. Connor McDavid. By the way, Nathan McKinnon currently has a 13-game point streak. Nice to see. All right. Connor McDavid, Evan Bouchard on the benches. The Oilers quickly cut back to broadcast television here. Pad save made by Vasilevsky. He kicks it out. The Oilers up by just a goal, 3-2 here in this period. No icing call as Darnell Nurse back to play that puck. He'll come on near side. Brown's out battled for it. Now here's Fleury playing it down low. He'll come down chasing for it, but that's a nice cut off by Nurse with 15 minutes and change to go here in the third period. Down the length of the ice, icing call. No? Yes, icing call, as we will have a stoppage in play. So, tough go for the Oilers on that one. They got the nice zone exit and then immediately iced it. But that one again, a nice kick, quick, clutch little save for Andrei Vasilevsky. Friends, we're looking for 2 of you right now to hit that like button. 2 off of 100, by the way. As this one near side cut off there. Brown's going to come barreling back the other way. He again looks to pass to the blue line, which I think to him has been a bit of a fault in his game this year. Immediately looking to play make as soon as he crossed the blue line. A lot of the Oilers guilty of that. Hagel drifts one on net. Nice save by Skinner to steer it into the corner. Tampa Bay immediately gears back up for the offensive attack. They're up now to 16 shots on net, by the way, though they missed the pass at the blue line, and it comes all the way back down to Vasilevsky. And you're inside 14.5 to go in the third period. 41-16 the shots on net for the Oilers. 3-2 for Edmonton. As this one's going to come back up the middle. Here's Cutton Stamkos, sealed off by the Oilers defense. Ekholm and Bouchard. And how about a nice pickup there for Draisaitl off the skates of Foegele. Foegele can't seem to do this one here, and this one will go down low as Draisaitl sees it drifted by the Lightning to the near side boards. Picked up by a good seal off by Janmark over to Fogle. Now left there for Draisaitl. Far side point. Ekholm fires the shot. Blocked in front. Goes off of the corner. Right into the pad of Vasilevsky. And stopped right there. So we will have a stoppage in play. 3-2 with 13:57 to go in the third period. Am I running out of gear a little bit? Yeah, sure, a little bit. A little bit of gas is out of the tank, but we should be good to go here for what will be an important last 14 minutes of hockey here for the Edmonton Oilers. That much is for sure. So we'll see what happens here. It's Brett Kissel at the River Cree Casino. Let's go. That would be an alright concert to go to. You go watch the Oilers win a hockey game. You go over to Brett Kissel if it's late, but I assume Brett Kissel will be playing about 9 o'clock. It'll be tough to get there on time. But friends, we've hit the 100 likes. I bet you we've absolutely dummied the watch time tonight. That much is for sure. As is usually probably the thing I try to do the most, is stay up to date with the watch time. And yeah, quite easily we're at 273. So we are just about to hit that 300 actually before the end of the game. So here we go, friends. We are just on commercial break. We are closing in on what should be a pretty big win for the Oilers if they can find a way to do it. And we'll see what happens, because we're going to have the big face-off now for the Oilers soon. Then we got a brick ad right now. These things take up a lot of my time. That's fine. See what happens. But yeah, we should be good to go for a very important face-off here for the Oilers on this one. They've got an offensive zone draw. And they're going to see what they can do. And we just got to get there. That's all. We just got to get there. Continue along here. Looks like there's a... If I knew, not St. Cloud State. I wish I knew who we were talking about right now, but we don't. And I'm seeing the chat about Jerome McGinley in the chat right now. Let me tell you, Jerome McGinley is an absolute beauty. I know he played for the Flames, and he was at times the most hateable player on that team, but there's a reason for that, and I quite enjoyed Jerome McGinley. So what the Oilers just did is they won the face-off immediately onto the tape of Vasilevsky, who froze again. Oh, let's do that one more time. 13:53 to go here in this third period of play, as the Oilers lead 41-15 in this third period in shot department. So we'll see what happens. This one, a face-off lost for the Oilers, but don't mind me. The top line wins it again no matter what. Just pushing back down low on the defenseman. This one down low, the shot. Nugent Hopkins stopped in front. The puck bobbles away. Mott dives at it, and it's going to come back the other way. The Tampa Bay Lightning have a lane open. The shot, save made by Skinner, however, with 13:33 to go in this third period of play. We like to see it. So let's see what can happen here. But this one right there, Nugent Hopkins rips a shot on net. Big shoulder arm blocker save for Vasilevsky. And then it kind of came dangerously back the other way for the Oilers, but they were able to manage the situation and hold on for that one. So here we go. We're going to have another face-off, this time in the Oilers zone. 13:33 to go. 42-16 the shots. Another shot save made by Skinner. That one from the point that time, as Draisaitl trying to dig it out against Paul near side. This one goes around the far side boards. Now picked up by the Lightning, keeping it in, keeping the attack going. They're going to battle down low. The Oilers get scrambled up. Shot save made. Skinner again. Tampa Bay bats it out of the air and scores. Tough goal right there. Skinner has it deflect off him on a tough shot, and it ends up bouncing off him right onto the middle of the air shot by Stamkos. So again, I don't know if you can fault anyone on that one. That's just a tough bounce. That one goes right out in front. Good squeak by Stamkos, who gets left alone. And I mean, Stamkos to shoot it from that angle and score the way he did, good on him. Because that's a... I know I couldn't even hit that ball if it was a bat. So just a weird kind of one hopper into the back of the net by the Steven Stamkos guy. And he just, again, Stamkos is an elite player for a reason. He's got 2 tonight. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are right back in this hockey game Kucherov down low in the Oilers zone, drifts back to the blue line, dumps it down low again. So what burnt the Oilers last time, not getting it out of the zone. And how about this? They're back the other way. Here across the line is Connor Brown. He'll drift it on net. That one goes missing wide. And this one will come back to the middle of the ice, picked up by Evander Kane. He'll pick now to Vinny Desharnais, who throws it over to Kane. A missed pass there, and that'll allow the Tampa Bay Lightning to set up the attack again. The shot drifted on net. Sergachev denied by Skinner. Big save there. Now you're sweating it, though. That's the problem. You're not as excited. You're sweating it out. Here comes Kane across the line. Kane into the Oilers attacking end. He'll look to button hook back to the blue line. Leave a pass there for Hamblin. Down low to CC up high at the point. This one goes down low again. Derek Ryan, near side pass to Hamblin. Punched out by Vasilevsky again. Gagne on the opportunity. Couldn't find that puck. Vasilevsky makes two tight in saves. Now here's Nurse playing it to Gagne over to the middle. Derek Ryan just lost the handle. And now back the other way. Here comes Nurse. He's taken down in a battle with Yzerman. One over to Cody Ceci. This one back the other way, and now picking up by Gagne. Gagne over to Hamblin. Nurse the shot. Save made by Vasilevsky. And you got to win a face-off here, but you also got to not take a penalty. Roughing up Darren Radish, who's got James Hamblin tangled up in behind the net. Derek Ryan coming to the defense of his much younger teammate, saying, no, don't be pushing that guy around. But what a play here for Stuart Skinner. A point-blank robbery on Sergachev, who was bearing down. So tough goal, but the Oilers would like to take 2 points tonight, and we're going to see what happens. They need a 5-on-5 goal like bad tonight. As Vasilevsky, they'll talk about like bad, they need to win this face-off right here, right now. 11:42 to go in this third period of play. 3-3 the score, Tampa Bay and Edmonton. So here we go. Face-off, Draisaitl. Going to be waved out. No, they're going to wave out Draisaitl. And here comes Janmark against Glendening in the face-off dot. Tampa Bay wins it back. They will see a linesman blow a tire. This one's going to be flipped to the middle of the ice, cut off there by Bouchard. Bouchard bats back the other way. Tampa Bay into the attacking zone. There's Mr. Matthias Janmark stick checking. Tampa Bay sets up the attack. Shot comes down, it's blocked in front. The Oilers back the other way on the block by Bouchard. Nice little pass to get it in onto the zone as well. This one comes in behind. Vasilevsky gets going. This one batted back to the blue line. Nice play by Janmark to keep this going. This one now picked up by Bouchard. He'll walk it into the zone nice and calm-like. He'll play down low as that one missed the tape of Janmark. Got to try and do something here to keep this puck alive. The Oilers do it for a brief moment, but can't seem to get it going. And now this one's going to be picked up by Cody Ceci, left over there from Draisaitl. Now Fogle spins off a check. He comes up with the puck, leaves it for absolutely no one, however. Although they may very well try and just go for a line change by the looks of it, as the top line comes over top of the boards. 10:37 to go here in the third period of play. Nugent Hopkins picks it up. He might have just taken a guy down on a trip. No call upcoming. Stamkos was looking around, wondering if the whistle was going to blow. The Oilers from in behind, Nurse over to CC. Shots are 7-7 this period, mind you. So you got to remember, Tampa Bay has been doing good. It was Steven Stamkos scoring the third goal of the game for the Lightning. So tough go there, but 10 minutes remaining in this third period. The Oilers got a tall task in front of them to try and win this one in the last 10 minutes and stave off extra time. Here's McDavid, button hooking at the blue line. He's winding up, looking for a pass. He's got it in Nurse. Nurse, middle of the ice, onto the tape of Nuge, off the tape of Nuge. Here's McDavid back to Nurse, high point. He's going to roll. Go over to Nugent Hopkins. Nuge now running it like it's a little bit of a mini in-zone power play. 5-on-5 pass to Ceci, kind of in the Hyman spot back door. Couldn't do it. Now back the other way. 2-on-1. The Lightning on net. Fire it up over top. Skinner down and out, but the Lightning fired it up over top of the net. Huge chance there for the Tampa Bay Lightning to take a 4-3 lead, and it goes up over top. Huge change of momentum hopefully there on a missed chance for the Oilers. And Hagel is going to be whistled down here for a stoppage in play. I think a hand pass. and we will have a stoppage in play and a timeout with 10 minutes gone by in this third period, 9:22 remaining in the third. So we should see things going here. Friends, just to give you an idea, again, we'll go to the watch time quickly of what we've done on this live stream so far tonight. How about a grand total of 297 hours? So I can guarantee you, no matter what, by the end of the live stream, we'll be nice and over top of that 100 or 300 mark. And what I will ask right now, I've got about 190 of you tuning in. If you are new to Dolynny TV, I want you to consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel. Simply put, tonight's action, we are at 13,865 the last time we checked, and now up to 13,873. So if you're watching on a TV, it's really simple. Just flip up on your controller. It'll bring up the little play bar. Scroll over to my channel icon. Hit the channel icon. It'll say, do you want to subscribe? You hit that. It's free. No problemo. Good to go. So I'd love to have you aboard for more Edmonton Oilers play-by-play. Obviously, if you're watching on your TV, you're probably not watching the game. But again, I don't know if you're able to watch the game or not. So that is where we are at. So it's 9:22 p.m. with 9:22 remaining. Flipper do signs of good things to come. I like it, as we should be able to see this going here in a matter. And Steve, I would love to see James Hamlin get the winner as well. I think there's a little bit of talk going on about that Connor Brown guy right now. I mean, he's got to sit a game in the press box at some point, right? But he is also a penalty killer for you. So that's the tough part. So we got a closer look on this one here for the Oilers. This is the Darnell Nurse goal that broke the goose egg against Vasilevsky. And then here, how about this one for Connor McDavid? Big old shot up over top of the shoulder of Vasilevsky off the faceoff. And then Bouchard's tip off of Hyman to score the goal. All right, here we go, friends. We got this one. Center ice faceoff. Must have been a hand pass or something. This one will be fired in by the Oilers. I'm going to try and get things going here. 9:16 to go in this third period of play. Kane battles his man to the ice. That should free up Fogle. And I think Fogel's out there. Or is that Brown? Sorry, that was Kulak out there. That was my bad. I mistake him, Kulak, and McDavid for each other all the time. That's just is what it is watching on TV. I'm not exactly watching on the biggest of big screens either. Desharnais passing it over to Kane. Here's McLeod coming back the other way. This one's going to be fired back into the Tampa Bay zone. It's going to be clapped up in the middle of the air. Tampa Bay is going to chip out to center ice. 8:42 to go. And like I said, this is where it's where my heart kind of gets fluttery. It's a little bit of those nerves, right? This one comes down low. Chance now for the Oilers as they come back the other way. It's going to be a man going down in flurry for the Lightning, and they will come back drifting it all the way down low to Stuart Skinner. A icing call against Mr. Tampa Bay for the stoppage in play. Yeah, I'm trying to go. I'm feeling kind of weird with putting my water bottle down here late in this hockey game. Shut the water or shut the heat off, whatever. But Carlos, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Really do appreciate that, and the kind comment as well. Here comes Connor McDavid. 8:22 to go here in this third period of play. Nicholas Paul in the face-off dot. 61.7 was the probability for McDavid. He ends up losing that one. That's why you don't always gamble on the odds when they're good. Here's Matthias Ekholm. He's going to bat this one up the boards. Nugent Hopkins gets it to center. Can't get it going. And here's this one coming back the other way into the Oilers zone. Bouchard is going to pick up for Ekholm, who bats it off the boards, and it's going to take a weird hop up and out of play into the Tampa Bay bench. So tough goal right there, but we will stop for another stoppage with just inside 8 minutes to go. I will tell you, the Tampa Bay goal has completely disrupted my momentum. The nerves are feeling it, but that one's a deflected play off of the skate or stick as McDavid disrupts Cernak's pickup of that puck. Nifty little play there by McDavid. I would have missed that if they didn't show the replay. 7:55 to go. How about Draisaitl picking that puck up? He's got Fogle and Janmark with him. Janmark shoots the puck towards the lane. Can't get it on net. Here's Draisaitl backhanding over to Janmark. Janmark looking down low for Draisaitl, who bounces it back to the blue line. Here's CC over to Nurse. Nurse rifling it near side, and here's the pass far side. Janmark dancing in front, Fogel's down and out. He still jams it on net, however. And that one ends up going all the way back, lifted to center ice. 7.5 remaining here in the third period to play. Drysdale across the blue line, can't get it going, and now comes back the other way into Kucherov. Looking back into the Oilers zone. He's trying to dance around Ceci. Save made. They score. I thought he had made the save, but no indeed. Instead, it is the Tampa Bay Lightning pushing through and scoring the goal. 4 goals on 20 shots for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they just kind of ate up Ceci, did Kucherov on that one. And the nerves were real, I guess. But you look at this, Kucherov just keeps barreling down, and then just somehow winds it through Skinner. That one goes right there as he gets it right in through and just kind of slaps it through him. But we got plenty of time to score here, and obviously the special teams are riding hot. So give me a special teams opportunity, and I love my chances, that's for sure. But the Tampa Bay Lightning take a lead. They're up now 4-3 with 7:08 to go. You do remember the old 40-shot joke about the Oilers from earlier this season, but I wouldn't worry about it too much right now. With 7 minutes remaining here in this third period, Tampa Bay, a veteran team that knows how to close out a game. So here we go back the other way. Cirelli's going to lift into the Oilers zone. Kulak chasing after it. He's going to backhand up off the boards for Derek Ryan, who leaves it there for Gagner. Gagner goes to the far side corner. Puck battle won there by Darren Radish, who turns in turn for the Lightning. 6.5 to go as we continue to watch the clock. The Oilers battle it back the other way. This one's going to bounce into the neutral zone. Gagner can't turn around, and then he's blindsided, and the Lightning get away with a penalty right there, as that's neutral zone interference. But both guys kind of didn't see anything for each other, so tough go there to call a penalty on that one. So here we go. Back in behind, Bouchard down low. Puck played there for the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins trips up on his own 2 feet, and Bouchard will fire it across right onto the tape of a Lightning player. Back the other way comes Stamkos. Stamkos across the line. Shot scores. Hat-trick Steven Stamkos, 5-3 Tampa. Tough go. Tough go. That's tough. 22 shots for Tampa Bay, and they have fallen apart here in this third period. I mean, there's 5:58 to go, and if we know anything from the last Tampa Bay game, the Oilers pushed late in that one, but wow, that's a tough sequence. And I mean, Steven Stamkos just releases it from outside and beats Stuart Skinner, but just tough all around. The Oilers don't show up to play as hard as they did in that second and first, and now all of a sudden you're down 2 goals in the third period. It's the 12th career hat trick for Steven Stamkos. They're going to clean up 1 or 2 hats off the ice, and we're going to get back to action here. 5:56 to go as the Lightning will play this one up off the boards off the face-off win. I mean, credit to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They came out to win this hockey game in the third period, and now they got to clamp down with 5.5 to go. The Oilers realistically only 8 shots so far in this period. It's a tough go right there, but this one back the other way now, picked up by the Lightning. Skinner out to play it. He'll lose the handle on that one and turn it over to the Lightning. Now the Oilers got to try and get this going. This one down low for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins over to Bouchard. Bouchard plays it onto the tape of Connor McDavid. McDavid spinning around back to the point. Overhandling it a little bit was Connor McDavid, playing it to the point a little too far. Here's Ceci batting it back now to McDavid, who goes back to the blue line again to nobody. And now it's going to be 2-on-1 back the other way for the Edmonton Oilers and Tampa Bay Lightning, as this one's shot on net. Stuart Skinner makes the save, by the way. Good save for him. And this one's going to be Cody Ceci battling it off the end wall. Nugent Hopkins goes, but this ain't the same team that came out in the first and second by any stretch of the imagination. And now Nugent Hopkins is going to fire it off the boards. So Cody Ceci plays it over to Darnell Nurse, fired down along the boards. Here's Vasilevsky trying to chop it down. On the attack is Fogel, and he's drawn a penalty. The Tampa Bay Lightning touch it, and there you go. There you go. The Oilers will get a power play with 4.5 minutes to go. That could be the game changer right there for the Oilers. If they've been a special teams team all game, you need to get this going, that's for sure. So, see what happens here. But the Oilers definitely need a little bit more this third period to try and tie this game now, as this one will be shot in the third if they end up losing, right? That's the tough part. They won 2 periods, but it came down. They had to win 1 period to keep the streak alive. Now they got to find 2 goals in 4.5. But at the same rate, we're not done yet. The Oilers kept that Tampa Bay game interesting, and I assume we've got an interesting chance to do it. So we'll see what happens to see what the Oilers can do here. But obviously, at the end of the day, friends, I'm not going to sit here and bash Stuart Skinner alongside everybody in the chat. What I will tell you is the Oilers do need to upgrade the goaltending. You're not going to win a Stanley Cup with Calvin Pickard, Stuart Skinner, and Jack Campbell as your goalies in the year 2023. I can guarantee you that. But I can tell you will win hockey games with Stuart Skinner in net. That's all it comes down to. And what I've said all along is, friends, we have all the rights in the world to say we don't feel comfortable with Stuart Skinner starting game 1 of the playoffs. That's fine. That doesn't mean he sucks by any means, but at the end of the day is you're allowed to feel not comfortable with it. But I think the big thing is you have to find a goalie that you do feel comfortable starting game 1. That doesn't mean that Skinner doesn't start 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and throughout the rest of the playoffs. It's just, you know what? After last year's playoffs, starting game 1 with a different goalie, I wouldn't mind that at all. That's a pretty good probably plan for the Edmonton Oilers. But here we go, friends. Let's buckle down. Let's get this going. We got a power play to go here. And see what we can do here. Tripping for Taylor Radish is the call against Taylor Radish. I knew I was going to say that. Darren Radish, sorry. As the Oilers win the face-off ahead. This one's going to go back to the point. Here's Bouchard. Bouchard across to McDavid down low now. Here's, oh, sorry, that's McDavid out there. Was I seeing Nugent Hopkins? Yeah, I was. As Kane's firing away on the power play. The Oilers have the empty net going for the kill shot here. Bouchard a blast. He's hurt a man. Glendening's hurting on the ice. Tampa Bay's down to about 3.5 guys. As this one near side. Here's now McDavid looking far side. Nugent Hopkins fires the shot on net. And this one's going to go down low over to Hyman. Hyman back to the point now. Nugent Hopkins. Bouchard getting it going. Bouchard fires the shot. Save made in front by Vasilevsky. Oilers keep it rolling here. Bouchard far side to McDavid. Vasilevsky taking his time getting up. But the Oilers absolutely just pummeled the net shot after shot after shot after shot and scrambled it up right there. So, and this one right down low. Just a mess of and I mean Vasilevsky sprawled out complete 90 on his legs to make that save, and then he got jammed even further. And then he ends up going straight down to his stomach. He looks good. He looks tired. As he's looking like he's hurting out there. 47 shots on net. Actually 51 now for the Oilers. 3:41 to go with a $1:07 remaining in the power play. And Vasilevsky shaking his head. He's ready to go. And Stuart Skinner's on the bench as this one's now Nugent Hopkins playing it back to the point. Here's Bouchard over to McDavid. McDavid down low to Draisaitl. Draisaitl back to the point. Bouchard over to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins now McDavid. McDavid spins off a check and gets going down low. He'll look for the shot down low. Jam shot from Kane. Can't do it. And here's Nugent Hopkins keeping it alive for McDavid. The boys want to win this game. They're going to fire the shot. Bouchard, huge block to keep this one alive. Man misses at the blue line. Draisaitl's going to tip it in for McDavid. Sergachev plays it off. Draisaitl gloves it back to the blue line. Bouchard's got the puck. He's going to get it over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl down low to McDavid. Draisaitl sees McDavid pass it in front. They can't do it. 22 seconds to go in the power play as Nugent Hopkins gets it back off the defender. And now Bouchard's going to tee up the shot. No, he's going to pass it off to Nugent Hopkins. Shot down low to Hyman. Can't do it. The Oilers trying to be too cute here. Just shoot the puck, boys. As this one's played in front. Jamming away side of the net. And the Oilers stopped by Vasilevsky again with 2:34 to go in this third period. Sorry, 2:38. But wow, what a sequence here on the power play. They played the entire power play on the empty netter. And they just can't seem to jam it home here on that one. As Kane was taken down in front. And the Oilers trying to be too cute here. Just shoot the puck, boys. As this one's played in front. Jamming away side of the net. And the Oilers stopped by Vasilevsky again with 2:34 to go in this third period. Sorry, 2:38. But wow, what a sequence here on the power play. They played the entire power play on the empty netter. And they just can't seem to jam it home here on that one. As Kane was taken down in front. and he was just trying to scramble free for that puck pretty much. The nerves, I didn't expect them to be this intense after we went down 5-3. But friends, I have a feeling there's going to be something that I promised early on that's going to be happening tonight. As the Oilers take a timeout with 2:38 to go here in this one. But what an unreal performance from Andrei Vasilevskiy so far. He's been fantastic tonight. And we'll see if that indeed ends up being the case the rest of the way home. But the thing is, friends, here, Stuart Skinner's a good goalie by every metric of it. Like, I mean, he's not like he's an NHL goalie. He's played a lot of games. But Andrei Vasilevskiy is top dog in the NHL right now. And that is for a reason. But we got 53 shots and still 238 to change that up. So here we go. Face off for McDavid with 4 seconds of power play time remaining. So you got to watch, make sure the Lightning don't clear to center because they will get the tap in. But here we go. Face off. One back. It's out to center ice. It's picked up by Bouchard. Bouchard will work over to McDavid. Gio, what's going on, my man? As this one's going to be picked up by McDavid now. McDavid will get back to the blue line for Bouchard. Now back to Bouchard. And the shot fired down low. Tip in front. Nugent Hopkins brings us back within one. Oh, the voice fails. I haven't been that excited in a long while. Let's go. The Oilers with 2:22 to go. Whoop. Bang. Just like that, we're back in it. You like to see it. 53 shots on goal, and the Oilers solve Vasilevskiy for a 4th time tonight. I mean, credit is where credit is due. At the end of the day, no matter what happens here tonight, you can talk about Skinner losing a game. You can talk. Both goalies have given their team a chance to win a hockey game tonight, and the Oilers within a distance of doing it. Right? The Oilers have 53 shots. If you can't muster more than 5 goals in a game on 53 shots, this Oilers offense has obviously been stymied somehow, and it's Nugent Hopkins, a perfect picture tip right in front. Here we go. We got 2.5 to win this tie right now. Let's get this going. Bouchard back in front to McDavid. Shot blocked in front. Bouchard picks it up. Near side point, fires it down low to Draisaitl. Draisaitl getting it back. Bouchard fires a shot on net, goes wide. Ekholm gets eaten up. The Oilers still have the empty net. Draisaitl on a failed clear picks up the puck, blocked in front. Puck goes up and out of play, and we'll have a stoppage in play. And Gio coming up with a very clutch comment right there. My man giving me that little indication of what was coming next. I knew somebody was going to do it sometime tonight. So here we go. This is absolutely fantastic so far, friends. The Oilers within one. And clear up my Skinner comment about Vashi and Skinner both giving their teams a chance to win. The Oilers are down by 1 goal with $1:57 to go. You've still got a very good chance to win when you've got a Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on the ice. Yeah, I mean, Skinner hasn't given the Oilers the best chance to win. I'm not going to argue that. But the Oilers also aren't getting blown out 8-2. So there is that right now, friends. Face off to the left of Vasilevskiy. Let's get this going here. Back one for the Lightning. They're going to fire it down the length of the ice. Cut off there by Bouchard again at center. Fired in by Draisaitl, who just dummies it down the wing. And now here's a chance for the Oilers to set up the attack. The Lightning, as Stamkos tries to get it going, picked his pocket was McDavid. This one flipped up high off the boards. Bouchard trying to pick up this puck. He's going to chop it free to the glass, and it stays in. The shot fired by Cirelli, and that one will be stopped. The comeback finished for the Oilers. That's an empty netter, though, so end of the day, 6-4, $1:33 to go in the 3rd period. Tough go, tough go. BOG, welcome in. Haven't caught you all night either. But that's a tough finish for the Oilers, as they just couldn't bounce that bouncing puck the right way. But there it is. That's a tough one. So here we go. $1:33 to go in this 3rd period, but the Oilers still pushing for a goal here. You got different forwards on the line. You got the old 3rd line reunited here, and we are going to get this one going. Zach Holm picks this up. Shot fired down low. Drifts in front. The Oilers bat it back to the blue line. Ill-advised bat back to the blue line as they continue the empty net pressure with a $1:13 to go. This one wound around to Sam Gagner, who's out there with the empty netter, mind you. and he's going to get going from behind his own net. This game's had everything. Tampa Bay wins 6-4 again probably, but you like to see it, right? The Oilers kept fighting all game, and Vasilevsky was phenomenal straight from the finish. This one's going to come back, plays offside, I guess, and the Oilers are going to see the Tampa Bay Lightning look to play this one ahead with the empty net for the Oilers, as Kucherov will look to load up. He'll go back to the defense, just bleed off time off the clock, and the shot's going to go back down low into the Oilers zone here, blocked in front by two Oilers just standing tight at the blue line. Here's Janmark. Janmark back the other way over to McLeod, picked over by Warren Foegele. Shot save made by Vasilevsky, who's going for the goalie goal. Vasilevsky with the bounce, cut off by Ekholm. I think it was going wide anyway. This one's going to be picked up now by Ekholm. He'll come near side to Janmark. Janmark across the blue line, cut off there again. This one's going to bounce over top of Sam Gagner, and you can count it, the Oilers, on Steven Stamkos' fourth goal of the night, have lost 7-4 this evening. That's tough. 6.1 seconds to go in the third period. And Chris Knobloch looking on. That is a tough, tough finish for the Edmonton Oilers. Homelander, welcome in as well. Haven't caught you in a while. But the Oilers did everything they could to beat Vasilevsky. But end of the day, that's the thing. Stuart Skinner gives up 5 goals. But if that's any other goalie in the NHL, especially any goalie we've faced on this win streak outside of Marc-Andre Fleury, we light them up for 8, 9, 10, 12. The way we put shots on net tonight. So all in all, I'm frustrated. Don't get me wrong. We just lost. The win streak's over and it sucks. Unfortunately, I can't get really angry about this effort because I right away from the start called exactly what it was going to be tonight. Grabbed the Dolynny TV cap off the wall. I don't wear hats anymore, but friends, it's a tip of the cap this evening to Andrei Vasilevsky, who was absolutely phenomenal in net for the Oilers, or for the Lightning. And I mean, it doesn't even count up the saves. It counts up just the amount of bounces, the amount of just twisting and turning he did to make that saves that he did to keep the Oilers out of it. But end of the day is, you know what? The Lightning, yeah, they knew they were able to score goals on Stuart Skinner. It happened last time out, right? The Lightning scored 6 goals against the Oilers, but again, 50 some odd shots on net, and it's Andrei Vasilevsky in net, and you lose by a goal, I guess you could say, because of 2 empty netters. I don't think there's really a lack of anything in the game. I'd love to see Stuart Skinner have it, but friends, we'll flip to the post game. But before I do that, if you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. If you are indeed heading out, thank you for being a part of things tonight. Really do appreciate it. Hope you come back Saturday night against Florida. It's my worst schedule of the week. Thursday, Saturday games. I hate it. Kills the weekend vibe quick. Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. The Oilers, 8-game win streak. She done. Well, they lose, what's that score on the board there? 7-4. That's ugly as ugly can be. If you didn't understand what was going on in that hockey game, as I did on the live stream just moments ago, but for those of you watching back on replay, I'm grabbing the Dolynny TV hat here. The old classic. She's as dirty as a hat can come, especially for a white one. She's been at the ball diamond a couple times. But Andrei Vasilevsky, I said it in the first period of the live stream tonight. He was fantastic, and if he was the reason the Oilers won, the Lightning won, it was going to be a tip of the cap kind of night for him. And my friends, it is an absolute tip of the cap kind of night for Andrei Vasilevsky. You can say what you want about Stuart Skinner and how poor or how good or whatever he was, but end of the day, it don't really matter. Andrei Vasilevsky was going to steal that game for the Lightning, no matter what it took. That was the feeling it had in the first period. That was the feeling it kind of still had in the second. And then the Oilers just didn't keep pushing in that first 10 minutes of the third period. They kind of went into a defensive mode, which I know they now have, but you also know against a team like the Tampa Bay Lightning, you can't sit back and coast home on a 3-2 lead, and it ended up being 5-3 pretty quickly in that third period. So it's a tough go for the Oilers again tonight, but if I'm throwing any anger or frustration anywhere, it's just simply, you know what, it wasn't an effort that won you a hockey game. but it was an amazing effort nonetheless. That's the thing. That's why I'm tapping the cap, tipping the cap. I've just literally talked for 3 hours and 7 minutes straight. My apologies, but it's a tip of the cap kind of night to Andrei Vasilevskiy. The Oilers put up 50 plus shots tonight, so I'm telling you, if the Oilers faced any other goalie on this 8-game win streak that has now been snapped by the Tampa Bay Lightning, it would have been a big fat win for the Oilers tonight, even if Stuart Skinner allowed 5 goals. The Oilers had 55 shots on goal. If that's any other goalie other than the top dog in the NHL in terms of Andrei Vasilevskiy, it's game over for the Oilers probably by the end of the first period, as it has been most times in this win streak. So, tough night. I'm going to take the lump, right? It sucks. Really would have loved to see 9. Would have loved to see the game go to overtime or something, but 2 empty netters, 7-4 lopsided game. The only thing that really sucks is we've crept that goals for versus goals against number up quite a bit, and the Oilers did a lot of things right. They got an empty netter from Darnell Nurse. They got 2 power play goals, 1 a beautiful effort from McDavid. Bouchard extends his point streak on a perfect standing tip from Zach Hyman at the side of the net, but end of the day, you still lose, and I mean, no matter how good you played when you lose, you feel crummy, right? So before I say my next little bit, friends, if you are new to the channel, I want you to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. I'm going to finish up with this final thought. I've already thanked Andrei Vasilevskiy for his fantastic performance tonight, but to be honest with you, with Stuart Skinner, I will repeat something I said in a video the other night, is do I feel comfortable starting Stuart Skinner game 1 of the playoffs? No. Do you feel comfortable starting Stuart Skinner game 1 of the playoffs? No. Is Stuart Skinner a goalie good enough to get the Oilers plenty of wins this season in whatever role you put him in? Yes. That's the thing. There's no need to get down on Stuart Skinner necessarily, because at the end of the day, he's going to win you lots of games. He's won us lots of hockey games. But the tough part is you need that other option that Jack Campbell was supposed to be able to win games like tonight, games like game 1 of the playoffs, when and if we get there. Friends, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thanks for being aboard this evening. I'm absolutely pooped. I see bedtime before 10:30 tonight. I'm going to take it. You have a great night. Thanks for being along for the ride on the video. I'll talk to the stream in a moment. I am up on out of here. You know, guys, I mean, literally, right? It's kind of one of those tough things. It's a gutting effort, right? I mean, Stuart Skinner makes a couple more saves, we win this hockey game. I understand that, but again, it's fair points that the Oilers very well could have won this game against any other team other than Andrei Vasilevskiy in net. So tough go, Jordo. Welcome in. Glad to catch you, and Jackson, welcome aboard as well. But friends, that'll do it for me tonight. And obviously, as we know, right, the Oilers do need to do something about Jack Campbell. And stay tuned. That's literally all I'm going to tell you. Stay tuned because reasons. Okay? That's as far as I can go with that tonight, friends. I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. I'm up on out of here.